yo, 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 yo. Pyramid plot from the bottom to the peak. Ash weaving lies, truth ain't weak. Naysayers squawking, no news speak. Scheme crumbling, cult shattered, bleak. Promises of wealth, gold feathered truth. On passive dreams, scans hollow booth. Eyes unblind, it's time to sleuth. Escape the web, find proof in youth. Time to bounce, leave the cult zone. Scheme falling, let it be known. Naysayers truth, our daggers thrown. Ash's kingdom, we're breaking the stone. Digital deceit on passive streets. Scams run deep, feel the beats. Investors cry, no way to eat. Unmasking this fraud, no repeats. Ash's words, smoke screen facade. Promises broken, dreams all charred. We've woken up, we're off guard. Breaking free, cut the cord, charred. Lies exposed, truth widely spoken. Chain reaction, web is broken. Freedom's here, scams out in the open. Naysayers rise, no more coping. Yeah. Lies exposed, truth widely spoken. Chain reaction, web is broken. Freedom's here, scams out in the open. Naysayers rise, no more coping. Blocks falling, schemes broken. Ash got him choking, wallets getting stolen. Promises of gold, dreams been molded. Naysayers expose lies, truth unfolded. Naysayers in the streets, Ash scam unravel. Wake up out the cold, time to travel. Speaking code, let the truth rattle. Arm passes a joke, no need for babble. Promises, illusions, they got you in a daze. Webs out flashy, but heart full of haze. Fake riches, paper castles in a blaze. Ash's empire crumbling, end of the craze. Naysayers in the streets, Ash scam unravel. Wake up out the cold, time to travel. Speaking code, let the truth rattle. Arm passes a joke, no need for babble. Promises, illusions, they got you in a daze. Webs out flashy, but heart full of haze. Fake riches, paper castles in a blaze. Ash's empire crumbling, end of the craze. Naysayers in the streets, Ash scam unravel. Wake up out the cold, time to travel. Speaking code, let the truth rattle. Arm passes a joke, no need for babble. Spinning tales, tales in the dark. Got folks in trance, hypnotized by the spark. Dim truth peeking, find your mark. No riches here, just an empty park. Preaching progress, but reality twisted. On passive dreamers, naive and misfitted. Broken promises, karma never resisted. Naysayers can't tell how we existed. Still you'll catch your time, ain't mine. Naysayers don't play, we speak what's true. On passive scheme ain't meant for you. Ash got plans to steal your soul. We won't lead you down that hole. We rock, you know we won't stay by. Won't steal your cash, your time ain't mine. Ain't mine. Naysayers rise, we shine so bright. Truth cut deep in darkest night. Hey, Ash and his gang wanna take what's yours. Pyramid built with hidden doors. Claims of wealth, but it's just a lie. We naysayers, we don't buy. Ash and his gang wanna take what's yours. Pyramid built with hidden doors. Claims of wealth, but it's just a lie. We naysayers, we don't buy. We won't be silent, gonna raise our voice. Speaking facts, ain't no choice. Break the chains of a dirty scheme. Naysayers live in the dream. Promises of gold, but all you get is smoke. Ash's empire, just a joke. Naysayers stand up, keep it real. We cut through lies like sharpened steel. We rock, you know we won't stay by. Won't steal your cash, your time ain't mine. mind. Naysayers rise, we shine so bright. Truth cut deep in darkest night. Hey,
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Stop going there.
Hello, everyone, and how are you all doing today? Happy FriYAY to my sayers of nay. I hope that you're all having a wonderful day so far, and that all of you are about to embark on a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Hello, Violet. Good to see you. And Violet said, I hope the memes are as crazy as we expect them to be. We have a lot of crazy to get through today. We're going to be seeing a lot of crazy today. We usually do over here, but today we are going to be kind of seeing the hype surrounding Ash's live stream yesterday, which was a over 5-hour corporate webinar with a question and answer session that didn't have many questions, and we didn't get many answers. But he did touch on a few things, like he did talk a little bit more about the SEC case. He tried to put more blame on, Muhammad Kamal and other people and say that he was a victim. He claimed that myself and the Recovering Humbot only had 42 subscribers when we started streaming about him. And a bunch of other weird things. So it was quite a ride. And other than that, he said he would be doing a stream every single Thursday going forward. So look forward to that. And everyone is super duper hyped over it, of course. And I heard, and my chat seemed to hear, that On Passive seems to be at its last ropes and that he might have settled with the SEC, which is what it's looking like. It's looking like the SEC is looking over a settlement with him for the lawsuit for $108 million for fraud and unregistered securities. And the fraud was basically he stole the $108 million and then spent it on himself. And they said he was running a fraudulent multi-level marketing scheme. So, there was some talk about that, but he made it sound like it was just kind of going to disappear and go away and that it wasn't a big deal. And then more of the, things are coming, things are happening soon, because that's just a constant. No matter what, something's coming. We're waiting for something to happen. There's a FOMO of some sort, and it's allegedly going to be soon. Q waiting 7 years for them to launch. Hello, Retro. Good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Hello, Sweet Goth. I hope you're also having a wonderful, wonderful day. So, yep. Have a good one, Retro. Good to see you. So today we have our usual meme review. We have some other things that I want to go over. We're going to be saying a lot of what the fuck. We have some Tanya, and we're going to be seeing who's kissing Ash this week. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Not only that, but Bill Must has returned. And that's super exciting. So, without further ado, I think we should just get right into it. He duped them again. That's a 500 times in a row. And this is what we're going to be looking at. We're going to be seeing what they're saying about what he said briefly. So I think it's important to see how they interpret it. And then, in the coming days, we'll take a look at how Marty and Red and all those people are interpreting it. I'm sure that all weekend long we'll get all kinds of streams about it. Okay, sounds good. Some grade A cheese. Is that what you mean? Or some grated cheese? I don't know. But all right, without further ado, I think we should just get right into it, and we need to do our On Passive Meme Review! Yeah, our meme review. What were the memes this week? Well, you know, they were the usual. We have this one. On Passive. Pretty plain for On Passive. Hello, Mark. Good to see you. On Passive is my life. I love Sir Ash and Mrs. Ash and Baby Ash. They save humanity every day. Sounds like them. So this one kind of cracked me up, though, as plain as it is. Because to me, it looks like the letters are disappearing, very much like On Passive seems to be sort of disappearing. So, made me laugh a little bit, but still kind of plain. And as you can see in the bottom right corner there, it says Meta AI, which is like kind of funny because they claim that they're an AI company, but then they have to make their marketing materials with other people's AI. It's just not a great look, you know, right? It's evaporating. Violet says it's evaporating. It does look like that, right? And it's just, you know, whatever. Then we have this one and it says, wakey, wakey, you know what time it is. And I'm like, well, not really. Because you kind of ruined the clock. I mean, you've covered it up with the On Passive logo. There. I fixed it. Now it makes more sense. Now it makes much more sense. At least now it's a clock. Wakey, wakey, you know what time it is. Time for On Passive, apparently. I say go back to bed instead. Then they keep posting this one. They post this one up a lot. I believe we've seen it before. It's probably been in one or two meme reviews in the past. But hey, they're posting it up again. And it looks like the normal one that we usually see. That is, until you look in the top right corner. And then there appears to be some kind of godly figure up there. And it's not Ash, I don't believe. It's whoever this is. This guy. It's this young sir. This guy. I don't know who he is. I really don't know who he is, but I was like, okay, no, that's different. You know, to make yourself see-through. I mean, he's transparent, more transparent than Ash is. I'll see myself out. It's okay. But, yeah, that was interesting. I like that. Although I feel like Ash would see that and get kind of mad. Like, no, I'm the god. How dare you try to steal my god status? The On Passive hot air balloon. I wouldn't get on it. I'm just saying. And then it says artificial intelligence technology. And I hate how it's just like the most plain white lettering. But then I really hate how there appears to be letters on the side. And for some reason, they've cut those off. So, OTISL, if I had to guess, it probably says On Passive, I don't know, launching, something about it launching. But it's just like, why would you cut it off? That looks awful. And not to mention the white lettering looks really bad, especially since the hot air balloon has a bunch of white on it and it kind of like overlaps that a bit. So the artificial is running with the white background, you know? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Then we have this. It's by Chris Vaughn. We have the On Passive logo with the product logos all around it there. Although some of them, again, I don't recognize. Whenever they do this, I'm like, wait, what logos are these? I only recognize a handful of them. What are the other ones? Anyway, it's surrounded by fire, probably because it's burning in hell. And it says, fired up. And I like this one because this one always reminds me. Whenever I see fire and on passive, I can't help but think of fire, 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 fire. And Mohammed Kamal yelling that while he's like recording the Burj Khalifa. If he's telling the truth, then he's the most incompetent CEO on earth. And see, that's the thing, right? If he's lying, then he's a liar and you shouldn't trust him. And like, why, you know? But then if he's telling the truth, he's just really, really incompetent. Like, what is going on? How are we not doing even one thing correctly? Like, how do you actually screw up this much? It's almost impressive, you know? He's very good at failing. He fails in ways that you're like, it's impossible to fail at this. Anyone would get this. And then he fails at it somehow. And you're like, I didn't even think you could. That's craziness. You know? It's great fun. But yeah, fire, 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 fire. I love that every time. They should always put fire near on passive. So who wants to run with that either? Well, that's the thing, is that there is no winning. Because it's like, okay, if he's telling the truth, he's still in charge. And he's not taking any accountability for what happened at all. It's like, okay, well, you hired them. You gave them permission to run it all on their own. You weren't checking in. Something was going on. So, but don't worry, they're fired up either way. Now this one is iffy, you know. It says addicted to on passive. Now, I just think that maybe it's a bad idea to do this because, you know, addiction, not exactly a great thing. I'm a recovered addict myself. So when I see this, I'm kind of like, are you trying to paint it out like it's a good thing to be addicted to something? That's not good. And especially to on passive. Like, what are you addicted to? There really isn't anything you, like, what, logging into the OES? Like, I think you're more addicted to on passive webinars, you know, and the community and the feeling that you get when people recognize you in the chat and that kind of thing. Which, I mean, really, there's nothing inherently wrong about that as long as it's not taking over your life, right? But at the same time, let's just not do this. I don't like this. You know? Wow, those two look completely taken over by an alien. Yep, and they're staring at on passive. They're probably like, what the hell is this? Which I would be too. I mean, I'm sure people are when they come across it. They're like, what the? That was my first impression. I was like, this is craziness. To be fair. But I don't think it's because they're addicted. And again, let's just not do this. Just because of the fact that addiction, not a great thing. It's not painted out as a good thing. Let's not use it in marketing campaigns. There could be people in on passive that are recovered addicts of whatever themselves. So let's just not do this. You know, it's just not a good idea. Not the greatest marketing campaign ever. Then there's this one right after it. I'm sorry, but what do you want from me? Bridge of Highs. And first of all, I'm like, what? Like, yeah, the bridge is up high. It's over the road. It kind of has to be. Like, what? I don't understand. What are we saying? Bridge of Highs. But then I was like looking at it, and I know that apparently part of the Dubai Mall, and we've debated if it was fake or not, the actual ads. But this one in particular here, I know that the Dubai Mall allegedly has signs on the bridge. And now in my research, they're not really for their marketing campaigns. But I don't know, maybe there's like one that is, but it looks really fake to me. Like there's even it looks like there's some lettering like outside of the picture, like the blue part. I don't know. It doesn't look like a real ad to me. And it's just, let's not do this. And I don't know what the Bridge of Highs is. Bridge of Sighs, exactly. I like that better. That makes more sense. And I don't think it's real. So again, let's just not do that either. Then I have to post this up because it's in a meme form with a quote. We're already doing quotes from yesterday. The stream was over for like an hour and this was posted. It was like, really? So Ash said, 2025, a life-changing year for all of us and a new milestone. Indeed, we are in it to win it. It's not a joke. And I'm like, well, I don't know. We have fun laughing about it every single Friday, but you do you. And it's obviously a screen grab of the webinar from yesterday. You can see Ash is big on the screen there, and then I don't know, they got everybody with Ash also in the little screenshot up here. I guess they wanted to show everyone that was on the screen as well in this picture, but yeah, they were sharing that around. That's great fun. Yeah, technically it's a millistone, a new millistone. Milestone? Milestone. There's no E at the end either. I know, it's fucking with both of us right now. Because it makes no sense. See, our brains right now are like, no, that's not a word. What are you trying to read right now? But yeah, a new milestone. So millistone. Whatever that is. But I think it's supposed to be milestone. But sure. To be fair, it might be a translation issue. The background is oddish. This one is. It just looks like smoky or something, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe they tried to clean it up with AI. It's kind of hard to tell on Ash's face if it's brushed up or not in this one. Soon I'm going to show you some and you're going to be like, oh, they touched those up with AI for sure. Don't worry. But with this one, it's a little harder. I can't say for sure. But sometimes when they do that, it will make the background kind of like blurry-ish. I know, because I've done it myself for like thumbnails. And yeah, I don't know. They might have done that. But there he is in all his glory from yesterday. Then somebody posted this one up. I can't help but laugh because it's like Marty on the screen on the computer. Then you have like Gersminder, and I think that's Bob there next to him, kind of in the background there. But then the way Ash is like sitting in this, like, why is he so stiff? He's like so stiff. I don't know what it is, but he does not look comfortable in this picture. And it's another case of why would you post this picture out of all of the pictures of Ash that you could find and post up to be like, we love our CEO. He's so great. Look at him. Again, this isn't the one I would have chosen, but you do you. You do you. And Susie peeking out behind Ash. Yeah, I believe it was her at the time. It was one of those get-togethers they had. They've only had like a handful. Especially like this. Because Marty's on the screen, yeah. Yeah, Marty's on the screen. Because they used to get together in a boardroom, a group of them, right? They've done this like, what, 3, maybe 4 times? And then they would have like a webinar. So then the people that couldn't make it to the webinars would also be on like live streams. And then they would like all watch it while they're recording it. And it's just looks really weird. So they all have their little laptops sitting there. I don't know. And then he looks all stiff in this one. He's not comfortable. And he's not comfortable because Marty's on the screen for sure. I don't know. Marty would make me stiff too. Hello, all founder member. Today, don't miss me. I don't. You could stay gone again. I'd be fine. I am ready. Are you ready? Be ready tonight at 9:30 p.m. And then it's not signed by Ash, which is kind of funny because it's written in first person, like as if Ash made this, right? Like, don't miss me. But then they have, again, this like picture of Ash in his phone. And I can't help but notice that he once again has the Elvis hair. Although this time, it actually looks like his hair. You know? Like, his hair is the Elvis hair. This time they're not drawing it on. No, it's just naturally gone like that now. Look at that. I am your friend, Mr. Ash Mufareh, and it's like cut off. No, that drives me nuts. Like, stop cutting off the letters. Like, why? I don't know what the AM is there for. Like, I'm assuming that's their tag, and I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. And then there's like this little robot dude hanging out in the background. It's like, hi, Al. And then Ash is there smirking away. He's like, I took your $108 million. And then there's this one. And this is one of those ones where when you're looking at it, you go, oh yeah, this one was touched up by AI. You can kind of tell the way that he looks in these pictures. It's been touched up just a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit. He's just smoothed out a little bit more, you know? Why is everything always so janky with them? I don't know. Robot wants his cut. He's back there like, where's my commissions? I want some of that 52 million. Ash loves to play the victim. He really does. That's all he did the other day. Here he is pointing up at the top where your ears will pop, but you'll never get there, so you don't have to worry about it. That doesn't sound pleasant, by the way. Never did. Now we're getting into the messier ones. This guy just won't quit. He loves making these. And this one is really, really hard to read. Out of all the ones he's made, this is up there. This is probably one of the hardest ones to read out of all of them, because some of the lettering is the exact same color as the background. I don't know why you would do that, but here we are. So it's signed up there by Martin, and I can't say that last name. I'm sorry, but Martin signs it up at the top. That's what the like green lettering is. And then it says stay tuned in blue and pink. And then, of course, there's the OnPassive logo, the future of the internet, in the top right corner. And then down at the bottom, it says, we are in it to win it. And every time I try to read it, it hurts my eyes. That's the one that I'm like, why would you do that? It looks like there's another tag above that. And then, of course, it's this dude's face with his lovely toupee and mustache. And it's Rabindra Gouda, Mr. Gouda. You know, Mr. Gouda. I also like cheese. Maybe this is what Retro was talking about when he said, save me the cheese. But here he is in all his glory. And again, it's like they steal each other's photos. And they just put their faces on them and then add their tag. And it's just so funny because then you get these pictures like this where there's like 3 tags on it. And you're like, why? This is too much. Too much inception going on. Martinka? I think so. Like, because then his name is Martin Martinka. That's hilarious. That's like Red Redfern, you know? But that's kind of what it looks like. It's so hard for me to read as well. The font's not easy. And it's also blending into the background. Like, this is the worst font that they've ever put on a poster. I think that's Brad Pitt in the new Wes Anderson movie. Maybe. Then there's also this one. And like, here we go with the font again. Okay? The fonts matter. All right? Chelsea posted a meme on Facebook that said that the other day. And I was like, that reminds me of On Passive because of memes like this. This is exactly what I was thinking of. This is the type of font you would use at Halloween that says On Passive up here. Okay, so it looks like creepy font. I don't know if that's the vibe you want to go for, especially with this picture, especially when there's people like myself publicly accusing you of being a cult. It just gives weird vibes. Like, I'm laughing, but then at the same time, I'm like, eek, you know? But here it is, Mr. Gouda. This is how we know that this one is Mr. Gouda, the gentleman in the picture. Because he also has his own memes that he tags. But yeah, just the hands all out holding in a circle like that, with him in the center there, and the On Passive logos with the creepy writing. Like, it's like, if you don't want me to call you a cult, maybe don't do things like this. Because I can't see something like this and then not be like, guys, get a load of this. Like, you know, this is creepy. I don't know what this is. On Passive is scary all year long. Yes, it is. Hello, Salami. Hey, 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 hey. Is the SEC case settled? It is not. Okay, here's the thing. If it's settled, then that means that Ash would have had to have agreed to like shut down On Passive, pay back the money, have a director's spar, something he would have had to have agreed to. But yes, we are waiting to hear if it is settled. It is not officially settled. We are waiting if the SEC is accepting Ash's settlement. So Ash said, I will allegedly accept things, I'm assuming. But I don't know. Because I gotta be honest, his lawyer, I don't have much faith. I've been kind of public about this. I've shown you guys some things that made me go kind of, I don't know. So I don't know what he's doing. But allegedly, yes, he's accepted a settlement because they put a settlement on the table. They always kind of say, this is what we want. You can settle for this. And he's allegedly agreed. And now we're waiting to hear from them if they accept his agreement, because it has to be accepted by like the people at the top. Like, you know? So they got to take it back to their people now and go, hey, is this good? And then if they say, yes, it's good, then it will be settled. And as soon as that happens, and we know about it because they will let us know publicly somehow on the court listings, then I will let you know. This image is creepy, right? Imagine Ash not paying his lawyer. I don't know. On Passive go. I don't know. I just know that this is weird and culty. It's either culty or Halloween. I don't know. Pick one. Now we get into some of the posts. So we have this one posted up here that says, success is not a destination. It's a continuous journey. We are part of that journey. We all will succeed. No doubt. Hashtag On Passive. Don't look that. I won't, Salami. Don't worry. And then we have this one. Monisha posted this. On Passive is boom. I don't know what that means. On Passive is going to explode. Like, I don't know. I don't know why that's a good thing. I never understood the boom, baby. But, you know, here we are. On Passive is boom. So be careful of that. Then we have this post in On Passive O Founders that says, I don't believe On Passive CEO Ash Mufareh until bonuses and commissions releases. And I say that's right. That's good. And as you can see, I liked that post. I said I wouldn't either. Good for you. I'm glad that you have not yet let go of your critical thinking. Hold on to that. That's right. He's lied so many times. Don't accept it this time. Don't do it, Violet. Unpassive is boom indeed. It's all imploded, right? I was like, I don't know. What a clown circus yesterday. I watched Fast Speed Replay and Marty was reading your channel. Naysayers and at Queen. Hi. No bonuses ready. Yeah. Well, I don't know why they keep talking about bonuses. The affiliate agreement actually said that there would not be bonuses right now. It alluded that there might be in future. It was like, if we decide to do bonuses in future, we will let you know and change this. But as of right now, there will be no bonuses. But then there was commissions, right, for the O Connect. And Ash is saying that there's $52 million. So he finally did say a number yesterday. So there's that. And but again, I don't know if he's a reliable narrator either for all of this. Like, part of me is like, I don't know if he'd lie about it because he wouldn't think to. He's obviously not very good at being manipulative and doing that stuff, although it somehow works for some people. I don't know. But at the same time, it's like, he did. He still does lie. I don't know. Yes, do like the stream. I don't believe they sold that much product. This is what I mean. Like, I'm kind of like, I don't know if we can really believe him when he says that number, but then I don't know if he would know to lie, but then he lies all the time. So I don't know. Like, but he said 52 million, which is a lot to owe people, honestly. They're like, you already owe 108 million. Did you really want to add 52 million onto that? But okay, sure. So, I mean, if he says it, fine. Okay. You also owe 52 million on top of that. Like, it's kind of like how when they said that the site went down on June 24th when it was really the 27th. And I was kind of like, well, I'm not going to argue. You want to add extra days? Like, whatever. What do you want me to do? Like, I'll point out that no, but then they're just going to argue me, and I'm going to go, okay, you do realize that's not good, though, right? But sure. Typical cult and Stockholm Syndrome leaders. Yeah, well, I think the leaders know what they're doing. Thank you, Retro, for the 135. Have a good one. Sounds like 52 million used as a setup for his next round of excuses. Like, I know that he probably did, like, we know he probably did make something. Because, like, some people would have bought the O Connect for sure. Mainly the loyal people, the main people at the top of this thing, probably did buy it. Especially the ones in the US, in Canada and stuff, right? Like, they probably all did. But I don't know, 52 million just seems very high. Because most of the people that like said that they were lucky if they only had like one or two people under them buying it. So I'm kind of like, is it really that many of them that bought it? And then all of the payment processor issues, remember? And how like there was windows when you were supposed to be able to like buy it, and they'd be like, you have 3 minutes that it might work for you if you press like send on payment at this time. Like, how many people actually got payments through? I just feel like that's a high number, but I'm kind of like, whatever, if that's what you want to claim. Like, the processor was working long enough for that. But that's what I mean. Like, just everything we know about it, I'm like, sounds high, but okay, again, you want to add another 52 million owed out to them? Go for it. Go for it. Hopefully you don't get in trouble for what you say. You actually, have to prove how much you owe. And then could we do that? That's the thing. Guess we'll have to find out. But at least this person isn't going to trust him. Right? This person here, they're not going to trust him until they get their commission. And it did sound like Ash was making it sound like the SEC was going to help them get them their commissions back. And then that made me wonder if he did agree to pay back the 108 million, but if he didn't want to frame it as that, so he's making it sound like that's actually their commissions coming in. But that's just me thinking things. That's just my brain running and wondering. We like to ponder things over here, throw out theories and be like, maybe this is what's going on. These are the options that it could be if we don't know what it is. And I think that's fair to do with something like this, because there should be no guessing. I should be coming out and telling people exactly what's going on. And he does this, and then when people do guess and speculate, try to piece it together, try to interpret the things he says, read between the lines even, as they themselves call it, Red Redford, then he gets all mad, and he's like, people are adding in things. And I'm like, no, it's because you don't tell them. That's what happens. You can't have a business and tell everyone that they're building this business with you to make your dreams all come true and save humanity, and then be like, but I'm not going to tell you anything that's happening with it. Right? Have a good one, Retro. Ash is going to blame the SEC stole the money. Well, no. He can't. He can't. And the funny thing is, he talked them up a little bit. After saying so many times that it didn't matter, and that, it was just a little thing going on, and that they didn't matter. They were just trying to stop him because he was so great, and it wasn't that big of a deal. Then yesterday he was like, oh, they'll do it. They'll get it back for us because, they're the real deal. They're the... It was just like, how do you do that? You flip-flop so bad like that. The SEC doesn't do collections for companies they sue. If they're trying to get that money, it's because Ash agreed to turn it over as part of the settlement. That's what I'm saying. They're not going to go to the payment processors. The fact that Ash mentioned that the SEC had something to do with it made me go, so did you agree to pay back the $108 million and now you're trying to paint this as a commission? Because, that's kind of the only way that would be happening, that the SEC would then be distributing the money to anybody in this. That's how they do it. In a case like that, if they, if Ash is like, yeah, I'll pay back the $108 million, they put it in an account. And then they probably take their fees and stuff from it and then distribute the rest. I don't know that much detail. I don't work for them. I'm in Canada. But it's usually like that. But it's not going to have anything to do with the payment processor. Why would they go and have anything to do with that? If the payment processor stole from them, that's not the SEC. You need to call the police for that. And that's that has nothing to do with this either. That all happened after as well. And that has nothing to do with the 108 million, right? 108 million is separate, as I showed you guys after Ash's webinar at the end. If you made it that far, we kind of went through, and I was like, it was before, so you can't be like, oh, the SEC, it's silly. Not a lot of future product talk yesterday. There never is. It's incredible that Ash is implying that the SEC is helping him recover the stolen funds, and even more incredible that the founders believe this. Well, most of them don't know what it is. A lot of people in the U.S. don't know what it is, apparently. And a lot of the founders are in the U.S., so they really have no clue what it is. And even him saying, oh, the Securities and Exchange Commission yesterday, they don't really know what that means. So they're just like, okay, some place is trying to stop them. They probably think it's a business, a tech company or something. And it's ridiculous, especially since founders have put out there that other companies are stealing their ideas, right? So a lot of them seem to think that is what was going on. And it's like, no, I think you need to like find out what it is then. You know? Yeah, Retro. I said thank you. I don't know if you were here though. He said the SEC would be collecting funds in other countries. Yeah, no, they don't do that. They don't do that, and I don't think that their payment processor was in the US either, that they were using. I know that the fake one wasn't that we looked into. You know? He refers to it as an investigation, not a court case. Yeah, like it's always minimized with him. But then yesterday he was all like, oh, but they're the real deal. And I was like, hey, you need to make up your mind. They're the real deal when they're going to get everyone their commission money back. But then when they're investigating you and you're being sued by them, they don't matter and it's no big deal. And it's going to go away. Like, come on now. But that's what Ash constantly wants you to believe, two things that contradict like that. All the time. With everything. You're just constantly confused. Trying to figure out what the hell is going on because of things like that. You're like, okay, but both these things can't be true at the same damn time. So, like, what is happening? What are you doing? You know? Like, it makes no sense, but it's just, that's the way he works. Joe's Rib Shack. Yeah, I don't even know. It was really weird. Transco Mobile PC Repair Hub Company Limited or something like that. I think it was. It's crazy. It was craziness. It was like that, and it was not in the US. So like they would not have anything to do with that. You know, whatever. I hope Ash figures that out. That's for him to figure out, I guess, with Muhammad Kabul. Then there's also this one, though. So we have, no one can stop the scam. No one can stop OnPassive. OnPassive is a scam. So, you know, some people, they're done. They're done. This was before the stream yesterday. But people had already had enough. They were like, we're done. We're done with this. It's a scam. All right? Like, there are some people that, unless Ash had come out yesterday and said, listen, we're about to launch this thing, here's your money, then, you know, they're kind of fed up. Can't blame them. I would be too. This looks like an absolutely normal post. I know, you're like, oh yeah, some hashtags and then a picture of Ash. I mean, during the live stream yesterday, of course they're posting that. Of course they are. It's out of India, cool. His name is Harry Lamba, awesome. Hashtag highlight. Hashtag Facebook viral. Didn't realize that was a thing. I've been doing it wrong. I need to go viral on Facebook. Hashtag Facebook followers. Hashtag everyone. Hashtag OnPassive, of course, all in capital letters. Don't get upset, Tanya. And yeah, you know, there's a picture here. Looks completely normal until you click on the picture. Sayers of Nay are growing, yes, and we will continue to grow. Click on the picture and it's a live chat. In the live chat, they've circled a certain account making a comment here. It's kind of small. Make it bigger for you. As you can see, it's YouTube Trump saying best company of the world. Okay? Best company of the world from YouTube Trump. The highlight is him looking scared and confused. It is. It is. Good to see you. I hope you're having a lovely Friday. Did you know that OnPassive is the best company of the world, allegedly according to YouTube Trump? So YouTube Trump says that, you know, now it wouldn't be a problem, except they've shared this as if to say that Trump is actually that commenter. So they're like, look, Donald Trump is posting saying that we're the best company of the world. No, okay, Donald Trump is not, that's not Donald Trump. You need to stop this madness. Okay, I don't know what their obsession is with getting Donald Trump's attention. All right, they seem to think he's going to save their AI company here. But he's not in your chat. That's not him. Like, stop it. Just stop that right now. All right? There's a new sheriff in town. There's a new sheriff in town. And this one is made by good old Tim Johnson. Trump's not too busy for unpassive. Apparently not. Who votes for best? I don't know. They have wet dreams about some crypto crap. A lot of them, yeah. One of the Facebook groups I was in for unpassive recently changed their Telegram to be about a crypto company instead. And I was like, oh, that was fascinating. But here we have this meme with the Sheriff Ash. And they've actually put Ash on there. It says Sheriff Ash, not just Sheriff. And then on passive logo, there's a new sheriff in town. And we have Ash as a cowboy. So if you ever wanted to see Ash as a cowboy, you've seen him as Superman. You've seen him as a businessman. And now you've seen him as a cowboy. He's been robots. He's been many things. And here he is as a cowboy. So there you go. Hee-haw. This was made by a naysayer. And it is The Many Faces of Ash Mufareh. The Many Faces of Ash Mufareh right here. And it made me laugh because I was like, yeah, that's exactly what it's like. They just put his face on everyone. Every type of person that you can think of, they pretty much put his face on. In either some meme or some video that they make, or they make an AI version of it. It's craziness. Craziness. Ash is an outlaw? He probably would be an outlaw, you're right. Help me understand, why are they promoting on passive? Because they think that people will want to come to the webinars and then they'll be impressed and then they'll be sticking around and then join their team when they launch. They still believe they're going to launch on passive. Even though I think we all heard something different yesterday. From this guy right here. Pick whichever version of his you like the most. Tell me in the comments. Then this was posted, I don't know what this is from, but Slavi posted this in the Discord and it made me chuckle quite a lot. Because there you go. It's Chris. Chris in all his glory. You know, it's given me this. It's given me this, Chris. No neck, Chris. And that is it. That is all for this week on Passive Meme Review. So I hope you enjoyed that. Don't worry, we are not done talking about how people are interpreting yesterday's live. I know you want to hear all about it. Ash clones, that's right. You like the Jabba the Hutt? Nice. Ash in space is the truth? Yep. He's up and away to Delulu land. Yep, they're great. They're great. They really are. Don't worry. We're going to get into more of it. More of it. Don't you worry. So, there's been some amazing on-passive memes, as we've just seen. And naysayers have done some amazing on-passive memes. And some naysayers even have channels. You know, we got a lot of naysayers out there that have channels that post stuff about on passive. And sometimes, you know, you could say that it's art. Art is subjective, as always. The definition of art, according to the Oxford Dictionary, is the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power, or the various branches of creative activity such as painting, music, literature, and dance. And that is how the dictionary defines good old art. And there's all kinds of different art. And we see a lot of on-passive art, as we often show here on FriYAYs, in the form of memes and videos, poetry, stories, all kinds of different stuff, right? It's all art. FriYAY is kind of a celebration of on-passive art, if you will. And if I see something that's interesting, I often show it to you guys, especially on FriYAY. And sometimes the art is so good, even if it's made by a naysayer, that the on-passive people don't know that it was made by a naysayer. And sometimes the on-passive stuff that they make, we look at it and go, that looks like something that Queen or one of the other naysayers would make to meme them. Right? So it kind of goes both ways with that. And most recently, there's been a case of this. You see, there's been a video that has been posted. It's been posted up, and then it got shared on Derek's channel. Derek Moira. I can't say his last name. But you know Derek, good old on-passive Derek. And this is the video here.
It's a lovely night on O Connect, and the same participant has my eye. Mr. Mufareh, I wanna be your co-founder, your old founder. I wanna be your co-founder, your old founder, your co-founder, Derek. Yeah, let's get together and change this world. Ash Mufareh, I wanna be your co-founder.
So that's not Derek's video. That video was made by a naysayer. A naysayer who does a lot of streams on their channel. And I shared one actually on my community tab earlier today that you should go check out if it's still up there. Great fun for all. Lots of great songs and dancing and memes of all of the on-passive O founders. Which I have no problem with people doing that. I say, if the only way that you can spread awareness about this culty scam is by being creative and doing music and memes, then do it. Because you may get someone's attention, and then they go, what is that thing? And then they learn about on-passive and all of these cult tactics, and then all of a sudden they're able to protect themselves from cults. See how that works? I do it myself from my channel. I mean, I do a meme review every week, it's kind of what we do over here. We're not just serious all the time. That would be very boring and depressing. And then people would feel heavy and burnt out whenever they were learning about this, and we don't want that. That's not fun for anyone. So I welcome it. I think it's great. But it's especially funny when people in on-passive then take the videos, repost them up on their social medias and channels like Derek did, and then start sharing it around to O founders like it is some amazing video of Ash Mufareh actually singing. And I can't tell if they're aware that this is AI. And to them, they're like, oh, it's probably on-passive AI. Because they seem to think all AI is on-passive AI. It's very weird. There's like a whole bunch of them that really do believe that. Like every time something with AI happens, they're like, oh, that's because of on-passive. And you're like, no. Meta AI posts something, even if it's in a tag's in the corner, they'll be like, oh, it's on-passive. No, it's not. So I don't know what they're doing, but they're sharing it all around, which kind of made me giggle. Because, it is a meme. It is fully a meme. We are taking the piss, if you will. All right? And it's just kind of funny that sometimes they miss that. They miss that, Hello, Joe. Good to see you. No homo. That's right. Dang AI. So they shared it on Facebook. They were also sharing it in their like group chats and whatnot. And they were super duper excited about the video. But I can't blame them. It was a good video. I don't think it's up on the channel anymore because they were like, hey, these people are stealing my video. But I'm sorry. It is a good one for us to enjoy.
It's a lovely night on O Connect, and the same participant has my eye. Mr. Mufareh, I wanna be your co-founder, your old founder. I wanna be your co-founder, your old founder, your co-founder, Derek. Yeah, let's get together and change this world. Ash Mufareh, I wanna be your co-founder.
And obviously it's a part that says Derek, which is probably why he posted it on his channel, but I just think it's funny, they all took it and they were like, we love this. We love this. But I guess art is subjective, and if they want to enjoy it, I'm not going to get upset at them for enjoying it. Just in future, if you are going to take something from the naysayer, credit the naysayer you took it from. You leave the tags on the memes. So just be sure that if you take something from one of my friends' channels, that you put somewhere that you took it from their channel. Put something up on the screen saying this is where it came from or something. Do something. Promote them in some way. At least do that. That's all people really ask on here if you are using their content. So, that's great fun for us, but I always think it's funny when they miss the mark and then they're like, oh, wait a minute. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So, speaking of wonderful memes, Bill Must is back. That's right. Bill Must has returned. And I know that you're super excited to see what he came back with. And he did. He returned with quite the video. It's a 7-minute long, fun video. And I can't wait to share it with you. So let's just get right into that.
Loyal subscribers, we love.
Hold on. You got a little ahead of us there. 1 second. So as you can see, John White and Bill Must, they are back. They're super duper excited about being back. And honestly, they called this, we are back with some fire. Like fire, 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 fire. Gotta love it. So let's see what they had to say.
To our loyal subscribers, we love you and thanks for sticking with us. All of us have been waiting for new updates, and now we will see how busy Mr. Ash Mufareh and his technology team have been accomplishing. No one on this earth has been
how busy they've been accomplishing. No one on this earth. Oh, okay.
more devoted and dedicated than Mr. Ash Mufareh and his family and his technology team to making all of those who never gave up on our dream.
Ooh, this aged kind of poorly now, didn't it? Because another thing that Ash admitted to yesterday is that he has no more offices and that he doesn't have a tech team right now. Which I find hilarious because it's what myself and the Recovering Hunbot have been saying for ages. And they go, all the people in non-passive, they go, oh no, you're lying, you're lying. And then he comes out here and he goes, yeah, so I don't have any offices and I don't have any tech team. And it's like, okay, so then we weren't lying then. We were telling the truth. You just didn't want to admit it to them yet because you're not honest and transparent or forthcoming at all. And I swear the only reason why I did tell them as much as he did yesterday was because the information has been outed on the Recovering Hunbot's website. Otherwise, maybe we wouldn't be hearing. He'd still be stringing them along like, one day I'll tell you.
When you have someone who wants us to succeed more than we do, we have the making of something that has never been done before. Please.
They're right. No one has ever failed this hard at starting a company ever before. I don't think they've figured it out. They seem to still think there's a tech team, right? Like, it's like, hello. He actually said it. Like, he was like, I don't have the offices. I don't have the tech team. He said it, and they're still like, let's celebrate the tech team, the amazing tech team. You're like, oh my God. You know, doesn't Fiverr count as a tech team? I don't even think he has that. Some of the more lucid ones have figured it out, but in the chats, there's still a lot of praise for the tech teams, right? And you're like, did you not hear him? Welcome to our life. This is constantly like, he said this. Like, you should know better than this. Come on now. Come on now. Ear tag close up. That's right. You're like, please listen. Here's an ear. Not Ash's ear tag, though, you know?
Please listen to the words of Mr. Ash Mufareh and meditate on what he is saying.
Now you gotta meditate on his words, Lord.
New live webinar. So much has changed, but this remains unchanged. Our genuine devotion and care to help you win. It our strong willpower and passion for making a difference. Our distinctive vision to uplift humanity. Indeed, a bright future awaits you. There are some positive updates we would like to share with you on our first live webinar.
And it's like, okay, so you knew that there was going to be positive updates. How close is this Bill Musty here to Ash Mufareh?
This year, Thursday, April 10th, 2025 at 1200 noon ST. The
They're surprised they didn't say New York time.
link will be posted here. You are invited because you are worthy of winning.
Oh, thank you. That was so nice of you.
Let's do this. Doesn't
Whoa, that was like a completely different voice. What happened? What just happened? Let's do this.
you are invited because you are worthy of winning. Let's do this. Doesn't this make you feel warm all over?
Not
We
really.
have come a long way from the hope and thought by some of
I haven't come. I don't feel warm all over. What are you talking about?
never launching our company to our company. Absolutely becoming the difference in the lives of billions of people.
That was new. Absolutely becoming. I haven't heard that one.
Good conquers evil. Thank you, Mr. Ash Mufareh, and your family and technology team for fighting for us.
Why are you turning into like a video game villain for random lines in this? What is happening? Also, like, this is a horrifying way to announce a live webinar. Imagine walking through the woods and then coming across this. You'd be like, wait, did I just somehow come across fucking horror film? Are they recording one over here? Like, what is going on? What is this? What did I just come across? This is creepy. Yeah, Conqueror Evil. NY Daytime. Yeah, I know. Marty always says it. Conqueror Evil. Bill Must is quite the comic, right? On a damn tree. Right? Wouldn't you be horrified if you were like walking through the forest and then came across this? This isn't really a happy, good image. I'm not excited to go to this webinar. I'm like, is it this way? Because I think I'll go the opposite direction. You know, like I'm good. How does that sign get me there to the webinar? Good point. Good point. Do they have Wi-Fi in the forest? You know, it's not like there's a link attached that you click on, you know? I don't know what we're doing over here. All I know is I'd read it as live webinar. And then I'm running in the opposite direction going, I got more to live for than that, motherfucker. You know? That's what's going on if I come across this in the woods. I'm not like excited. I'm not like, yeah, let's go to that. You know, that's creepy. I like it. It's simple, but not on a tree. You found the webinar at the tree.
We love you.
Yay! That was nice. Damn. Whoa, what happened? Were they drawing hands here? What was that? It looks like two hands and then they just stopped. Okay then. It's a fun beat. Woo! I feel like this was supposed to be two hands. Doing like the heart symbol or something. You know, the millennial way of doing it. With the thumb and the index fingers. Apparently they do it different now. They broke the internet. It just stopped. It was so weird. But like the video's still playing, the music's still going. And it's just like randomly in the middle. We're just on pause, just like our passive is. Maybe this is also art. You know, it's artistic expression of being in a standstill, like on passive. You know? It's good, I guess. You know, really speaks to the viewer. You know? Like you're like, oh yeah, with heart for humanity. But then it just stops. And it's just in a standstill. No longer being creative. Or doing anything really. You know? It's just kind of there. Am I to meditate now? I guess so. Maybe that's what you're supposed to be doing, you know? But don't worry. Because a couple seconds later, this starts. Woo! Yeah! Get him! Woo!
You've been looking in the wrong direction, but your praying hasn't been in vain. Can't you see that the answer to your question
is not answered at their live stream? Anyway, okay. So I know it's kind of hard because it's very flashy and in your face. Took me a second for my eyes to really focus on what was going on here. So we have some kind of weapon. I don't know what that's about. That's a little scary. But then it says, hey, it's coming. It's better to stand together than alone. And of course, it's like a record player. You know, you got the disc going. And then popping up on the screen is Red, then Chris, and then Marty. See, Marty. And they all have guitars. It's like being in an awful, awful fever dream. And I'm sure most people shut it off when they got to the part where the hands stop moving. Because you're kind of like, okay, what's this? But we all know that I have no life. So you're welcome.
back here calling out your name? Don't wanna see you hurting no more.
Woo!
Don't wanna see you crying.
Wait, why are we crying? Just got very depressed all of a sudden.
Face the future for sure. Oh, you gotta
What are we
keep on
doing?
trying. Go,
No?
you try.
Sam was like, listen, I stand alone. Good. Good. We accept all the lone wolves.
Others only follow you. It will
Definitely, if you're going to be a follower, don't follow these people.
be rough and tough on the road alone.
Worst periodic ever. We're sacrificing our sanity, Serene. That's what's going on here.
You've been saying that your heart grows colder, and any worries trying to hold you down. Rest your every burden on my shoulder, and I know that we can work things out. Don't the future for sure. Oh, we got to keep on trying. Don't go. Your troubles, they will follow you.
I mean, the song's not the worst song, right?
It will be rough and tough on the road along.
It's the imagery with the song that's the horrifying part.
Don't go. Gonna make the sunshine bright for you now. Better to stand together than on your own.
Random singing.
Don't wanna see you hurting no more. Don't wanna see you crying. It's time to face the future for sure. Oh, you gotta keep on trying. Don't
Oh, Ash is actually lying.
go. Your troubles, they will follow you. It will be rough and tough on the road alone. Feel the rock steady beat. Don't go.
What do you say?
The sunshine bright for you now. Better to stand together than on your own. Better to stand together than on your own. Better to stand together than on your own.
I don't know why the record player is so threatening to me. Anyway, welcome back, Bill Must. That is the whole video. That's the end right there. That's how it ends. It just cuts off all of a sudden. I guess the song's over, but just it's over. It's over, But welcome back. We did miss you. Please don't go away again. We were very upset. Alrighty. I think now, more than ever, would be a great time for us to just kind of take a second and ask ourselves,
I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
WTF.
WTF? That's right. WTF is going on with this scam, man. Today's WTF is brought to you by Marie Ange, and our dear friend Ali, who made an appearance in the chat yesterday. Maybe he'll join us soon. Who knows? Maybe he's already watching. But this one goes to Marie and Ali. But before we do that, we need to take a second and just talk about Lynn Nakamoto for a second, because she's done it again, by golly. The last WTF was about her, and it was called Lynn Nakamoto or something like that. I don't know. But we were talking about how Lynn was going off at people, she was kind of freaking out and telling people how to run their groups. And by golly, as soon as that one was done, by the next day she had done it again. So we just want to quickly go through that quickly. And she came into On Passive Nation 2.0 and she posted up. Number 1, please change they'd Facebook group name. I don't know why it's they'd, but okay. On Passive Nation name belongs to Marty DeGarmo's Facebook group. I'm like, whoa, calm down. Please use a different name, group name. I guess she said please, so that's better. Number 2, admin should approve each post before it is posted for all to see. There are porn sex posts. Not good. Porn sex posts. I was like, are there any other kind? I guess not all porn is sex, but good old Lynn. There she is. So stop doing those damn porn sex posts, okay? It's not good. Not good. And remember, Stay away from negative people, including Lynn. That brings us to good old Marie Ange. And we've kind of talked about Marie Ange a little bit over here. She's one of the naysayers, you could say. She definitely does say nay, you know? And most recently, she posted up this. No one can stop the scam. No one can stop On Passive. On Passive is a scam. 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 And here's the thing about Marie, okay? I appreciate somebody that's going to say nay. I really, really do. But there's a way to go about saying nay, and there's a way that can come off as being quite aggressive and is hateful. And I don't think that we should give anyone an On Passive a reason to think that we are negative, hateful, type of people necessarily, you know? So maybe this is coming off as a little bit aggressive. And the thing is, this isn't the first time that Marie has posted and been just a little aggressive. Just a little bit, you know. Like, there's this post here where she posts up On Passive scam here, and it says, why do you refuse to hear the truth? Who did this brainwashing to you? Why do you refuse to think a little to see the truth? You positive people, explain to me what has changed in your 7 years with On Passive. Has On Passive changed your lives? On Passive changed whose life? In 7 years, with our money that he stole, Ash Mufareh has not been able to create a single application. Stop stupidly believing in the lies of the scammer Ash Mufareh. You are the victim of the scam. And I'm kind of like, yeah, Marie, that's the thing, is that they're the victims. And I get it. When you leave right away from a scam, you go through almost like a grieving process of the life that you thought you were going to have while you were successful in this thing. It's very bizarre. And you do end up going through a period where you're very angry. Okay? And it happens when you leave cults too. And you go through a period where you just get real fucking mad. All right? You're like, how dare they put me through this? And how dare these things exist? And some people, they take that anger and they learn how to channel it into doing something like speaking out about the cult that they were in or the scam that they got out of, you know, however you want to look at it, I guess. And some people, you know, they go a little apeshit. I know, because I myself was someone that went a little apeshit. You know? I got very, very triggered by my experience, and it was a very long time before I was able to come back down. And I've only been back down for a little while. And I was also doing my own thing with my own spiritual cults and religious cults before MLMs myself. So I get it. I get it. And for some of us, we go from one kind to another kind to another kind. And then you wake up and then you go, fuck, I'm really mad. You know? And so Marie's had a lot of leeway where it's been like, okay, Marie, I get it. You're very upset. You've just kind of come out of this thing. You're going through your angry phase. You know, vent, let it out, sister. You go, girl. You tell them. But sometimes it's like, Marie, you got to contain it a little bit. And you got to understand that they are victims and they are brainwashed. And it is very culty. So sometimes this can come off as being aggressive, and I'm not sure if it's going to get you the response that you want or the response that you need at this stage of your healing, realizing that this thing harmed you in this way, right? I feel like the negative that you're getting off of people when you post like this is just kind of feeding more negativity coming from you and making you more upset and triggering you further instead of you kind of just taking it in and going, okay, and then moving on and maybe calming down after a little while because it's been months and it's kind of like, okay, we need to like settle down a little bit. There was also this post here which has this lovely picture of them looking like gangsters. And Marie says, it seems to everybody after yesterday's webinar that on passive on hold now and launch another platform for again to founder members in a few days, few weeks, few years. Now they wait for this and forget on passive for lifetime. But their money never be returned and whole life wait for this. On passive is a scam, on passive is a scam, on passive is a scam. And I'm like, yes, okay, we get it. We get it. There was also this one. You have to be a real idiot to stupidity defend someone who scammed you. You got scammed by Ash Mufareh. On passive is a scam, on passive is a scam, on passive is a scam. And then it's this picture of Ash with his thumbs up saying, the courts has found on passive to be a fraudulent scam. And the thing about this is that normally, I'd probably let it go on for a little bit, but I can't help but wonder with Marie, because Marie is in Live Good. Marie's in Live Good. And so I don't know if Marie is speaking out about on passive because she cares about speaking out about on passive. It's helping her heal from cults after she's joined another cult, or if she is just mad at on passive and then she wants to instead get people to join her Live Good business. Because Marie, I do have to say, you have to be a real idiot to stupidly defend someone who scammed you. You got scammed by Ben Glinsky, who, for those that don't know, is the CEO of the Live Good. So, maybe have some more empathy for what is happening here when you yourself have not completely left the MLMs either. Because you're promoting one. You're promoting one that has harmed just as many people as on passive and has taken just as much money, except they have products and they're kind of harmful. And they're also hurting people. So, just take Marie with a grain of salt. It's okay to support her in her recovery from on passive, but do also be aware that she hasn't fully left the cult-like grasps of the commercial cults. She's still in one. And most recently, there was a situation with Marie in which, people started to get really upset with her who were in on passive, because she's getting kind of loud. And again, she is coming out swinging, right? What the fuck? Exactly. That's what we're doing. Marie has that same energy I have about religion. Very scammy. AI picture, maybe. That explains the pic, maybe. Marie wants fast scam cash. Well, see, and this is what I mean. Intentions sometimes matter. But there was this response from someone who literally said, shut fuck up, Marie, which is also kind of rude. Let's not be doing that, But she kind of goes nonstop all day long posting like I just showed you. And it's constantly in their on passive groups, and so they're starting to actually get angry. You have to be a little bit careful with how you handle situations like this. And so she responds, and she basically says from 2018, and she goes all the way to 2089, coming soon, bunch of emojis, and it says, in 7 years of lies, on passive has failed to create a single marketable product, and all offices are now closed for non-payment of rent. You got scammed by Ash Mufareh. And I'm like, okay, but you've admitted that so have you, Marie. So, if they're dumb and they're idiots, you got to kind of think, Marie. On passive is a scam, 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 That seems to be how she signs off all of them. So then they responded and said, I feel sorry for you when it's come out and you will be sorry. And then she says, They got scammed by Ash Mufareh, and now they feel compelled to defend this scammer. This is ridiculous. And I'm kind of like, okay. She hasn't been kicked out of those groups yet. There's a few of the groups that like hardly have admins, and I feel like those are the ones she tends to hit up, right? Is On Passive a scam? She doesn't seem to elaborate. And that's the thing too, is that, you know, she's not really sharing like the Recovering on Bots posts with it. She's not sharing the SEC website link. She's just kind of on Facebook posting up pictures and then going, you guys all got scammed and you all suck and you're all stupid and Ash is scamming you. When are you going to wake up? And it's like, I don't know if that's how we should go about this, especially right now. It's kind of a delicate time. You haven't noticed we've been pulling back a little bit. There's reasons for that. You know, it's like, maybe let's not berate them though. You know, it's one thing if they come at you or they show up and they start writing on your page like, oh, well, wait until On Passive changes your life and blah, blah, blah. And then you respond or something maybe, you know, but she's seeking that out and then yelling, you know, yelling. QVC currently has a show running called FriYAY. Sue immediately, Queen. Oh, they've probably had it longer than me. I don't know. I didn't invent the word FriYAY, that's for sure. Anyway, I asked Marie if she could just maybe keep in mind that, you know, they are victims. And then she wrote it to me. And at this point, I was kind of like, okay, Marie. Marie, I was talking about how it was a scam before you were talking about how it was a scam when you were in it. I was sitting here talking about how it was a scam quite publicly. Not on Facebook, over here though on YouTube. Although I've posted a lot on Facebook about it being a scam. And so I know, I'm well aware, you know, I'm aware of what's going on with it, you know. And I let her know that. I let her know, like, I've not been getting scammed. I'm one of the main people that are speaking out about this. What are you talking about, Marie? And she came at me quite hard and she didn't really stop. And I was kind of like, all right, Marie, you know you've gone too far. When you're yelling at me or somebody else that is like, hey, are you okay? You need to just maybe calm this down. Just a little bit, you know, bring it down. Now, Marie has gotten into fights with Ali in the past, and I believe that we've gone through them before. And this is an example here where he's come in and said, no, you are one who is a scam. So then she responds and says, do you think On Passive is Ash Mufareh's first online project? On Passive is Ash Mufareh's 7th online business. He made the same promises to change the lives of poor wretches, and he finally scammed everyone. Ash Mufareh is a bandit, a crook, a liar, a thief. And even though I agree with you, I'm a little bit like, let's just take it down a notch. All right. And yes, Ali is very aware of what's going on over here. But that brings us to today's What the Fuck, Marie versus Ali. Because it happened again. Because, you know, Ali and Marie both can't stop. So, neither one of them can stop. He can't stop sticking up for it everywhere. She can't stop attacking it everywhere. And they keep butting heads. So my what the fuck moment this week was watching the two of them butt heads again. After I had tried to be like, Marie, maybe just like take it down a notch or two. You know, don't be so aggressive. It's fine to post up and be like, On Passive is a scam. On Passive is a cult. Please think of leaving. These types of things. You want to post up that Ash has had several different businesses, do that. But then you also have to post up some links maybe showing some of the videos of him promoting that or something along those lines. You can't just kind of say things like this to them and expect them to go, oh, this lady on Facebook says it's a scam, so I'm going to neglect all my beliefs on this now and go and follow her and listen to her. because that's not how it's going to work. Okay. That's not going to get anybody out of this. All you're going to do is you're going to actually feed into their whole like, oh, the haters are negative and they come after us and blah, blah, blah. This is why I say you have to be very careful how you approach them and who you approach. This is why like people in my chat tend to only troll the people like Marty and Chris and stuff in chats. Because it's like the other people are victims. We don't need to go bothering them. But Marie, you're attacking everybody in the Facebook groups. It's like, calm down, girl. Calm down. You know, what you're saying isn't necessarily wrong. That's not what I'm saying. But it's like, you know, how you're going about it is a little aggressive. And then as we all know, Ali is quite aggressive. So it's been fascinating. So again, she posted up this post showing unpassive scam Dr. Bill Williams. Hopefully more people are speaking out about it being a scam, you know? Just doing it in a proper way. I noticed she isn't capitalizing on passive. She's really living on the edge. That's right. That's right. Yeah, and no sex pic posts. No sex porn posts, okay? Don't do that. So Ali shows up and he says, the psychopath. You're ill spewing against on passive. You are making us to believe even more that on passive is real. And see, this is what you got to be kind of careful of. You know, like there's a way to go about combating these belief systems when you're talking to somebody about it that's in them, and then a way to not do it. And just constantly going off like this, it's, you know, they're looking at you like you're crazy now. So she responds and says, you who are positive, give us your testimony. Explain to us how On Passive made you rich. Show us your fortune acquired thanks to On Passive. Stop behaving like an idiot. You got scammed by Ash Mufareh. And again, I'm like, you too, Murray. So Ali goes, psychopath. And he smiles at her. And she says, you are not the first victim of Ash Mufareh, and you will not be his last victim of scam either. And that's when I'm like, hey, Murray, so you seem to understand that they're a victim. So maybe, like, we don't yell at victims, Murray. We don't yell at victims. That's not what we do. That's not what we do. And trust me, I spend a lot of time on Facebook responding to people that are asking questions in Facebook groups and stuff, you know? And then they're not getting an answer. I'll write them a post. I'll send them a link. I'll tell them to go to unbot.net. I do a lot of that. But coming in and being like, well, you're an idiot because you got scammed. Show me your riches. That's not going to get me anywhere. That's just going to get them to be like, wow, you're crazy. You know? So then he says, may you be granted a life long enough and see On Passive succeed and becomes the #1 company in the world. May you be granted life long enough and see Ash's success. And I don't know if he's being sarcastic or not. Probably, because it's Ali. But at the same time, now he looks like a calm person in the cult. And she looks like a crazy person speaking out about the cult. And we can't have that. I should be the craziest person speaking out about this cult. I'm really jealous, Marie. I'm supposed to be the crazy one here. But I often joke that, you know, I get mad sometimes and I'll call him an asshole, you know, and that's really the farthest you should be going. And I also, like I keep saying, believe that we don't attack the victims. There are certain people in this thing that really are just caught up in it and they are brainwashed. It's a cult. So, you know, they also preyed on areas that don't have the same education about these things as we do. And you have to keep that in mind. So you have to be willing to educate, right? You can't just kind of like yell at people. Trust me, there's people that you can yell at, Marie, If you want to start yelling at Chris Johnson and Marty DeGarmo under every single one of their unpassive posts, I won't say boo to you about it. You can even get a little rude with them. I wouldn't blame you. I'd be like, yeah, I'd probably be pissed at those two too. You know, but just sometimes you gotta, you know, put the brakes on a little bit. You know, just a little bit. Queen is the queen of crazy, Marie. Stay in your lane, girl. That's right. Ash is successful if you measure by ability to build nothing out of your something. That's right. He successfully fails. He fails very well. You know, that's the one thing we can say. But Marie wasn't done, so she says, next week, couple of day, coming soon, very coming soon. Keep eyes on OES. Only these words for our bonus. So take it and find finance freedom. Scam! And I'm like, see, so this is what I mean. Are you mad that this was a cult and a scam that took your money? Or are you mad because you're still on the hunt for financial freedom and this wasn't it? Because those are two very separate things, okay? Those are two separate things, Murray. All right? This is when I get scared. And I'm like, if someone writes you and they say, you're right, I'm going to leave, do you say, I have the opportunity for you? Here's a link to my Live Good account? Because that's what I'm worried about. A little bit, you know? But that is all I can take of both Marie and Ali at the same time. But that definitely made me say, what the fuck?
I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
WTF.
And you know, while we're saying WTF right now, kind of bashing our heads against a wall, you know, why don't we just continue on doing that? Just when you think that Tanya maybe has learned. Just when you think this woman has learned. And you're kind of getting happy. So it's been a few weeks. And you're like, you know, Tanya hasn't really been yelling at people. The past few times I've seen her talking to people, it hasn't been that bad. I mean, she's been Tanya, but for her, she's been all right. Maybe she learned her lesson. She goes, no, queen. No. All right. I am going to prove you wrong that I have not learned a thing. You have not taught me to be a better person. I am still a piece of shit. Let me show you. And I said, all right, Tanya, you do you, girl. You do you. So she came into Unpassive Nation, guns a-blazing, and she said, Marty and Chris just said, oh, sorry, I have to do the voice. Marty and Chris just said that the webinar on April 10th will be recorded. But if you can, try to be there. My personal feeling, don't take that for granted. At this moment. I guess in future it would be okay. It will not be the first time when some webinars are just not available online. For any kind of reasons. And I'm like, shit, she didn't get the memo that like 50 fucking channels were apparently posting it up. That sucks. Sorry, Tanya. So, if you can, try to be there. And she posted, be there. Be there. Yeah, be there or be square. I'd argue if you were there, you're probably square. I'm just saying. If that's what you're doing with your evenings, I'm sorry. That's it. I'm just sorry. You know? But there was that. And it's like, this is Tanya's way of promoting, like, their life. Like, she can't even be like, so guys, Ash is going to be live tomorrow. And Marty and Chris said, make sure that you're there. And, like, make it, like, it has to be mean for some reason. Or maybe I just am biased and I always read her as mean now. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm the problem. But it just doesn't seem like a nice way to let them know, you know? Then she came back into the Unpassive Nation That's right. She wasn't done this week. She wasn't done. She went wild.
Ash is on Marnie's live.
And she posts this up, showing Ash writing a comment that says, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And it also came with this picture where she's showing with arrows, Mr. Ash Mufareh posting, taking action is key to success. And yes, this is the same account that then, after this, donated $500 to them. So, you know, she was letting everyone know this was during their morning OTech Pro webinar thing that they were doing before Ash went live at noon. They did a stream before that. So this is it. And Tanya was letting everyone know, look guys, Ash is watching. And this is why they're always on edge, thinking Ash is always watching them at every single webinar that they're attending. Every live that they go to that's talking about On Passive, even here, they think Ash is watching them. Yeah, success. Success. It's the key to success. Then there was this post in On Passive Nation, and it starts with a post from Randy Ireland. Randy says, I implore those on the panel of today's webinar to not allow the question segment digress into a praise and worship session of Ash. We all appreciate him, but so many people not afforded panel status are interested in the business. Thank you. And I was kind of like, that's reasonable, I feel like. Because usually it's the same people up there, and then all they do is they go, oh, I don't have any questions, Ash. You explained everything perfectly. I am just so excited. I can't wait. You're so wonderful. Thank you for sacrificing for us. I'll be here for you. And then, like, that's it. And Randy's kind of like, I get nothing out of that. Thank you. Can we actually make this a real question and answer session? If we're actually getting updates, please. Dawn needs all the money she can get. She has a bunch of kids to feed. It's true. I think Ash is watching too. He's all-knowing like a wizard. He's just omnipresent like Jesus. Foreshadowing. Exactly. Exactly. It was, because I have bad news for Randy. But of course, the comments is where Tanya appears, as she always does as the admin and group expert. She says,
Understandable, but we need to understand also that many of those questions that people would like to ask and not get answers there. So please be mindful of what we can expect from the people on the panel. I am sure that they do not want to find themselves in this situation to ask some hot questions and get the answer. Sorry, we cannot share that with you now.
And I'm kind of like, well, I'd almost rather that. And then I want them to say, why can't you? You know, like you wanted me to help finance this, right? You wanted me to help finance this. And now what, you can't tell me what's going on? What do you mean? The hell are you talking about? Damn, she's certifiably crazy. It's true. You know, like I would almost rather that. But you should definitely let people ask questions. But it's like they're too scared to, because they know that people are going to be like, well, when are we launching? What products are we going to have? They know that Ash doesn't have an answer for that right now. And then that will look bad. And then what are they supposed to tell people? Because apparently he's doing all this stuff behind the scenes to get these products out, even though he admitted that he doesn't have an office and doesn't have a tech team. As Alb said earlier, they're still acting like he does. So, you know, Tanya's wisdom. So then Randy responds and says, The point is the panel is invited to ask questions. Parameters should be made up front as to what should not be asked, which is generally specifics. I'm just hoping to get some general questions addressed, rather than a 2 or 3 hour pat on the back session. I think most of us are thankful for the potential before us. I mean, yeah. I guess if you're in this thing, that's the closest we've gotten to someone being like, let this be a real webinar. You know? You know? And then this person comes in and comments and says,
it would also be very appreciated if all the people on the panel would show respect for Ash by letting him speak without interrupting him. Heart prayers.
And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes. The man talked for 5 hours. Lord. He was clearly in a hotel office. That's actually his home office that he was in. That's like the spare bedroom at his house. And then that's his shelf in the back. But he doesn't have like an office building at all. It's just his home office, which again is just like his spare bedroom that he set up as an office. And then he has a P.O. box. There's never been a real office in Orlando, Florida, where he lives. So, don't know what they're talking about, you know? Randy is becoming aware. I know. Aren't you so proud of him right now? 2 or 3 hour Ash kissing session. That's right. That's all it was. I know. I was so proud of him too, though, Scam Champ. You know, I, like you, was like, Randy is becoming aware. I am so proud. I'm not really sure what happened after that. Because then he wrote this comment. One of the better overall webinars, in my opinion. Ash was inspirational, and the panel didn't take away from the session. Thank you to those who spoke for being brief. Ah, Randy. Randy, you're so close. You were so close to waking up. How was that satisfactory for you? Lord. Makes me want to bash my head off something. It really does. It's not just Tanya upsetting me today. Randy, you've broken my heart. God, help us all. Please help us all, Randy. And we're not done. That's not enough torture. Bobby came in. Bobby came in as an all-star contributor. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what group it was. But Bobby came in and said, sad to say this, but one way to find non-believers, do a post and wait for their negative comment or emoji. Then it's bye-bye, block. And I'm like, damn, they've got us, guys. Whatever are we going to do? Once again, the comments is where it pops off. Dr. Bill comes in and says, my daily routine is to unfollow and delete all negative people on my social media. To paraphrase the Beatles, all the crazy people, where do they all come from? And I'm like, that's a daily routine for you? How sad. Like, what are you doing? How are you getting so many negative people on your account that you can do this daily and still be blocking people? First of all. And then secondly, why is this a daily routine to flex on? I wouldn't be proud of that. I'd maybe keep that to myself. Dr. Bill Williams. I missed the Tech Pro questions yesterday. Did they ask legit questions or was it all kiss assery? It was all kiss assery. They were just all kissing ass. They didn't even have a question. Some of them even said, I don't have a question. I just want to tell you that you're great. And this is all wonderful news. That was basically it. And we were like, did you not hear what we heard? Like, what is going on? And once again, like always, Dr. Bill only wants rainbows, not unicorns. Maybe you should leave that. I'm just saying. But something's going wrong if you have this many negative people to block every day. And if this is a daily routine for you, like, again, I guess I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. But Tanya had to come in, of course, and said,
I would call that fishing, Bobby.
Bobby was the original poster, right? So she calls that fishing. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Tanya goes fishing. Fishing for negative people. She probably loves doing that in all the Facebook groups, actually. She probably sits there, like, just right ready to delete anyone that says anything wrong, right? You can just picture Tanya sitting there like, come on, somebody, say something. Say something that you're not supposed to. Put on passive in lowercase letters. I dare you. I dare you to. I will block you from this group the second you hit send and that comment gets posted. I am going to block you from it. I bet you her block list is a mile long. I bet you it's huge. She probably blocks everybody. And I just have one question. All right, I just have one question. And this is a very queen-esque question. It's very queen-coded, okay? I have a question, though. All right, if we're going to call this fishing, right? On passive, Joe's like, I revolt! I put it in lowercase and capital letters just to fuck with you. Mike Ellis, by the way, was very unresponsive and bored in yesterday's webinar. Yes, he kind of did seem that way. He didn't say much either, Mr. Mike Ellis, by the way.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
You know, he is low on the hype. I felt like that too. I was like, he's not giving like he used to. But yes, I have one question if we're going to be fishing. Because, sometimes over here we got to go fishing. You guys end up in our comment section. So maybe we got to do some fishing too. And I just have one question for all of the people here and everyone in on passive, okay? Who is the blobfish? Who is the blobfish? Is it Marty DeGarmo? Is it Chris Johnson? Or hey, maybe you want to go all in. Maybe you want to say that the blobfish is actually Tanya. It's up to you. Let me know down below which one of them is the blobfish when we go fishing. And that is it. That is it for this episode. Thank God, Lord. This episode of Tanya going off and us going through her posts. So yes, Tanya, she went off, I guess she had to make up for lost time. She was like, I've been behaving. So now I got to be a tyrant for like a whole week just to make up for not being featured as a bitch in the FriYAYs. Combine them. Yes, maybe we will. Maybe we will. Who knows? And then you end up with an awful thing like in that Tusk movie by Kevin Smith. We don't want that. I don't want to invent something like that. That's awful. Anyway, it is time for our commercial break. But do not go anywhere. Because after the commercial break, we are going to be talking about the on-passive Ash stream hype. That's right, I have 63 slides to go through where we're going to be laughing at what people are saying. We're going to see who was kissing his Ash this week, other than the webinar. Manu Miller has something that she wants everyone in on-passive to know about. And we will, of course, be having an on-passive poem to round off and end the stream. So do not go anywhere. We have a lot coming after this break. So, like always, I will be right back. Today's video is brought to you by...
Do you have a berserker demon? You may think that's a strange question, but I've dealt with berserker demons. What's a berserker? The word describes ancient Nordic warriors who fought with uncontrollable rage. This is where we get the expression, he was so angry, he went berserk. In the days of Vikings, berserkers would enter a trance before battle to get supernatural strength. They fought with a frenzy. Sound like someone you know? As we say, they lose it. Explosive anger can come from frustration, feeling disrespected, trauma, mental and hormonal issues, and drugs, but uncontrollable rage can be demonic. As an exorcist, I've dealt with berserker demons. If you've got one, you'll need more than anger management therapy. You may need an exorcism of a berserker demon of anger. That's inhuman. I'm here to help at boblarson.org.
Whoa, looks like you got a bit of a tangle in your dangle. Did you know that more than 8 out of 10 hose owners die each year? Not anymore. Hey, turn me on and watch my hose get huge. My mom always told me I was a grower, not a shower, and boy was she right. And if you squeeze me in the right spot, all my raging fluids will come flying out of me, and instantly I'll retract to my small, natural, convenient size. Amazing! Oh, yep. Shout outs to all my flowers and growers out there. And just like a real snake, it can contract and expand like an accordion. You know, we really wanted to name it the Snake Hose, but that's the title of a gay porno. I mean, I've never seen it, but Lizard's close enough. This is my next door neighbor, Sharon. She didn't know I was filming her. She also didn't know I had my hose in my hand, too. If your hose weighs more than 15 pounds, I feel sorry for you. You see, women prefer light, dainty, petite hoses. You don't want to be walking around with a big honking nanner. Oh, Sharon. Whoa, watch the whoa, don't get it caught on the thing. Whoa. Hey, buddy, watch where you're going. You don't want to end up like that guy, still using a standard hose, not going anywhere, and he's fucking bald. Fuck! Look at my hose, people. Oh, yeah, it's growing fast, and it's not kinking up anytime soon. Now, I don't know who lives here, but it's time to wake up. Behold, the full length and girth of my hose and its full potential. Hey, can't you see I'm filming a commercial here, you fucking asshole? Wah! Take that, fuckboy! No one fucks with my hose! The Lizard hose is about $30. You get 25 feet. That's like, just a little bit more than $1 per foot. Now, fuck it, we'll give you 2. That's 50 feet. Get fucked. Come on, touch it.
Wait, do you have a condom? You don't have one somewhere? Yes. Oi, excuse me there, sir. Do you have these directions? Sure, you just go down that way and make a turn. Don't let her know that your dinger is almost a no-go. Get Tiny Dinger condoms to you discreetly. It's very important to choose the right size, so make sure that you get your tiny size. Don't be caught without a condom. No. Get Tiny Dinger condoms, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Located at your local CVS, pharmacy, Rexall, Shopper, Drug Smart, Walmart, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand.
We get it. You're into feet, and not many girls are also into feet, but you finally found your dream woman. We got your souls covered now. Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Dinger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand, and the same people who brought to you Sexual Endorphin Spray, trademarked. We have now created the Foot Fetish Fantasia Spray. When you're rubbing on her toes, take a deep breath in and smell the sweet aromas of the toilet bowl, the tire shop, dead flowers, and your nana's perfume. After all, it will turn you on more than just her pinky toe will. This little piggy has been to the market and grabbed themselves a bottle of the foot fetish Fantasia spray, trademarked. It made it so much easier to wake to my ex-girlfriend's feet after she posted up her beach trip vacay photos. Grab your bottle now and make that nasty foot fragrance vanish just like a ghost. Located at CVS Pharmacy, Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Kmart, Chaz R Us, and in your favorite foot fetishist nightstand.
Are you getting upset with people's freedom of speech and consumer protection laws that allow the public to speak out about your scam? Are you giving YouTube creators false strikes in order to continue preying on vulnerable people? Is it getting hard to hold it in? Hold in all the bullshit? Well, introducing Tiny Digger Diapers, the adult diaper designed for the man baby deep down inside who's always on the way to the top where his ears will pop. With our FlexiFit technology, Tiny Digger Diapers moves with you whenever you sit on your chair, sit in your RV, sit on a boat, or sit in your home office paid for by the people you scam. The Secure Lock Core offers unmatched absorption for when you're full of shit, which is most likely all the time. These diapers keep you dry and comfortable so you can attend all 500 hours of webinars this week and not miss your chance to sign up a homeless man to your scam. Maybe he also needs the diapers, huh? Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Digger condoms and Fantasia foot spray. Buy Tiny Digger diapers today. Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Target, your local CVS pharmacy, and in your favorite con artist nightstand. No matter where your day takes you from webinar to webinar, you will always be dry and you won't have to cry. Thank you for listening to a message from today's sponsor. Yes, thank you. So I think that we should just get right into the hype. The hype by O-founders, the followers of Ash Mufareh in On Passive. We're going to be looking at the hype before the stream, and then we're going to be looking at the hype after the stream. So buckle up, folks. There's a lot of it. Chris Johnson will start off with. He, of course, had to let everyone know that there was the new added message in the update section. Go check your OES. This is why when they tell people check your OES every hour, I roll my eyes. You don't have to check your OES every hour. Just be following one of the top O founders here. They'll let you know the second that the update is posted in there. All right? And then go check it when they tell you that there's one, you know? Don't gotta check it every hour the rest of the time. There's just no point in that. It's a waste. It's a waste of time. But he, of course, let everyone know. And then he was all like, the link is now in your back office. See you at 9 and noon, not Eastern Daylight Time or Standard Time, New York time. I love that. I really like New York time. I think maybe we should just call it that from now on. What time? Noon, New York time. So if you ever hear me say that in future, do know it's from this. In future, I'm going to end up saying, this FriYAY will be at 1 p.m. New York time. And then someone will be like, in my comment section, some hater of mine will think they're being smart. And they'll be like, what's New York time? And I'll be like, it's literally a joke from... Anyway, thanks for coming out. On Passive Updates came in and they posted, don't miss tomorrow meeting at OConnect. And I was like, at OConnect? OConnect? Since when? Since when was OConnect going to be involved? This meeting will be recorded officially. Be there for historical changes. Oh my, you know? Historical. It's a bit much. So I was like, what is this person talking about, like, the O-Connect for? So I had to go down to the comment section to find out, you know? So this person comes in and says, most definitely I'll be there. So On Passive Updates responds and says, On Passive should try OConnect, but if there is any technical issue, it will be on Zoom. Now, it was on Zoom because OConnect doesn't exist. And as Ash said yesterday, He hasn't had offices or a tech team, by the way, since, like, you guys haven't had O Connect for. You know? So, like, you know, I don't know why you would think that they're doing it on O Connect. It's very weird. Hello, Chris. Good to see you. I hope you're having a great Friday. So this person came in and they were like, Zoom. Like, it'll be on Zoom. And it was. So then they say, On Passive should try O Connect, but if there is any technical issue, it will be on Zoom. I'm so mad I can't even read this anymore. Because I'm like, where did you get this information from about O Connect? When did they say anything about them using O Connect for this meeting? Where? Where did you get that from, sir? I'm looking, I'm not seeing it anywhere. And then this person's like, okay. And I'm over here like, what are they talking about? Why does he keep telling people that it's going to be on O Connect unless there's a damn technical issue? Your O Connect doesn't exist. You don't have O Connect. All right? AWS took your O Connect because you didn't pay your bill. You owe them like almost $4 million for crying out loud. You haven't had it since. You haven't had it since the website went down. So I'm kind of like, what are you talking about? You think it just magically appeared back or something? Haven't had any programmers since the evil people didn't pay the employees in India and Dubai. That's right, since they were like going on strike and they were let go. They should have used O stuff. It's those damn Indians making stuff up again. Or as Ash says, the people in Bangladesh, he says. He blames it all on them. And he talked smack on them yesterday. And it pissed me off because then, of course, that was all on Passive Updates. But then on Passive O Founders shares this. So now this information is being shared to more people. And I'm like, wonderful. Great. That's exactly what we need. See, this is the misinformation that they should be worried about. We tell more truth than they do sometimes, you know? Then, of course, Harry Lamba. We've seen a lot from Harry, so I thought we would just need to see more, you know? He says, new pop party up in your OES. Check families. Hashtag on passive. Hashtag the future of internet. Hashtag highlight. Hashtag everyone. Hashtag O founders. And he's feeling blessed over in India. And then it says webinar link posted. Please check OES, you know, in case you didn't get it from the caption. Then we have Daniel coming in here, you know, on Passive Nation. Daniel made me go, huh? Because, as you can see, Daniel says, I told our mockers in On Passive, you will be shocked one day by Sir Ash. They are already in a big shock on hearing that Ash is coming on the 10th of April, 25. And I'm like, sir, who? Who's shocked? Who's shocked hearing that Ash is coming? Who mocks you? Because it's not me or any of my people over here, which is pretty much everyone that speaks out about this, so I don't understand. Who are you talking about? Do you have other mockers we don't know about? Tell them to come hang out. Tell them to come join us on FriYAY. It's great fun. You know? Hello, Little Miss Lulu. Little Miss Lulu comes in with good news saying Modera is closing. Yay, another MLM down. Awesome. Maybe we'll cover that on MLM Monday. But yeah, apparently Daniel here told us that we'll be shocked one day by Ash, and now we're shocked that he was coming or something, and that shows us or something like that. I don't know. Violet says, I'm a mocker. How about you? For sure, 100%. Now here's Vincent Verma, posting in OES for everyone. over at O Media, which I'm kind of like, didn't Kamal own that? Isn't that Dubai on Passive? Anyway, he does a post on April 3rd and says, and here we are, some 3 others who have been waiting 4, 5, 6, or 7 years for On Passive to start. When I signed up for On Passive, I did it for the financial issue. It's pure truth. But over time, I came to know more deeply about On Passive, and it started to create a feeling inside me and understand me. I came across what vision our CEO, Ash Mufareh, had while making On Passive. We all know what happened, and it delayed the launch we all wanted and yearning for, but now we are close to seeing the news. Our honorable leader and CEO, Sir Ash, has informed us about. They said, what I feel inside me is very weird. If on one hand I feel anxiety and the desire to start receiving financial gains, on the other hand, I feel a great joy and peace. Whatever we are within the On Passive family, let's create. And that's On Passive for me, because during this journey, bond of love formed, respect, and that makes the difference between On Passive and all other companies for me. And that's totally certain. With the quality of On Passive ecosystem, On Passive for all success will be a matter, not only for half a dozen people, which occurs in the present world. You've seen the quality of the On Passive ecosystem. Our leader, Mr. Ash Mufareh, as well as the whole On Passive team working towards our future. And all they told us is keep faith, be patient, and always keep positive energy around On Passive. Because in the end, those who persevere will be rewarded. Hashtag On Passive. Hashtag Ash Mufareh. Hashtag the future of internet. Shocker mocker. I'm a mocker, you're a mocker. Wouldn't you like to be a mocker too? That's right. With the post was this picture that says something special about April. And then I remember that there was supposed to be something about a September to remember. And I was like, I don't know if we should be happy about April yet. You know, hold the phone on that. Let's see what happens. Comfort Cunfor decided to come and, grace us with a post. Aren't you excited? I know I am. Can't wait. Good old Comfort. What you got for us, Comfort? Ash Mufareh, a CEO, a friend, and a brother. Oh, brother. Selfless, respectful, and deeply family-oriented. He makes everyone feel welcomed, even at the expense of his own convenience. I've learned so much from his leadership style and from the wealth of knowledge shared through the global family he's brought together. For 7 years, right? For 7 years. Like, holy crap, man. Ash has been quietly and diligently preparing something extraordinary. Something that will bring the entire world to one table, to dine together as one. He has created a new world, one where race and class do not exist, and the only language spoken is a simple 4-letter word, love, as beautifully reflected in the picture. Comfort Scam 4. teary-eyed comfort. Visionaries around him have adopted his heart-driven mission. And I'm like, who? What visionaries? Oliver Fonta is known by the world through his steady mantra, "We are fine." What a thing to be known for, huh? Bob Takusi is recognized for his unwavering focus. He is that guy who is focused. How wonderful. Great thing to be known for. Chris Johnson has become a father figure to the children of Seat Academy Rwanda, all because of the seed Ash Mufareh planted among us. Everything we've done so far to impact lives has only been a teaser. The moment is near. The moment when fellow visionaries will roll up their sleeves and head into the right fields to do the real work of uplifting humanity. The question is, are you ready? At followers at highlight, and then she posts up this picture. I'm like, really? This is the picture that shows you that he's a great leader and that you should look up to Bob and Chris? It's the one where they look like they're in the damn mob. I don't know, but okay. I guess they're powerful. The 4-letter word to describe On Passive is scam or fuck. Just saying. Don't panic.
Don't panic.
Just don't. Chris donated 25 O-Bucks. All right. Those are 4 guys lining up for the urinal. Right? Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. But that's what Comfort had to say. And that was before the good old stream. You know, before yesterday when good old Ash graced us with his presence for over 5 hours, then did a question and answer session in which he then also spoke for the majority of that time. So, a lot of Ash. A lot of Ash. He did say some interesting things. If you want to watch it, I did stream snipe it. I highly recommend checking it out. If you haven't seen it, it is quite fascinating to watch him scramble. Scramble to explain what's going on right now with everyone. So, you know, if you're interested, if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. But now we're talking about after the stream and the hype that happened at the end. Muhammad, Ashraf, and Sari posted, and he says, "Proud of you, dear Ash. 100% handshake on passive." I don't know what that's about, but okay. "Everything has been cleared in front of us, and on passive is now a done deal. And I am personally fully satisfied from your valuable time and words." Hashtag MD Ashraf Ansari, hashtag Ash Mufareh, hashtag on passive, hashtag proud to be an on passivian, hashtag everyone followers. I think it's funny that you can just hashtag everyone, I guess. And then he posted up this picture of Ash, which again is a time that I'm looking at this and I'm going, this wouldn't be the picture I would choose. Like, his mouth is open in a weird way. He looks like he's half asleep or like in mid-word or something. I don't know. It's nothing like that mob boss picture, let me tell you. Definitely doesn't look powerful like it does in that one. On passive will be a done deal on May 6th. Let's hope so. But, he posted that. He was very, very excited. RK and several other people were posting up basically everything that Ash said during the webinar, the recap, if you will, right? So just an example of some of the things that they said, because if I read this whole thing to you, you're going to hate me, and you'll see why in a second. But just a couple things here is, we need motivation or encouragement? Yes, we need it on a daily basis. And when we fell in July last year, it was time to rise strongly. There were some problems internally, and we resolved them in time. So this is how they're interpreting yesterday. Until today, we recover fund. Until today, we recover fund. That's point 24 and 25. 2 merchants, $52 million hold it. 2024 was the year God helped us. Number 34. Number 36. I try to get educated and give my best. Number 40. We will forcefully take back all our money invested in the company. And then 41 is, trust me, I won't let you down. And of course, it sums up at the end, concludes at the end by saying, we will be the bright light in this darkness. We intend to bring a big change. We are winners, and this is no joke. I think we have given enough information today. Keep your wallet intact. Ash is not going to rob you. Keep your wallet intact. Ash is not going to rob you. Because he already did, he's already pocketed the money. But he said he wasn't asking for any money at this exact moment anyway. And then, as you can see, it's posted up with a picture of them during the webinar. And it was a corporate webinar. Ash has come live with Marty and Red and Chris a bunch of times on their channels. And, well, I guess lately, just with Marty and Chris. But that wasn't an official meeting, if you will. Yesterday's meeting, they made it into an official corporate webinar. So everyone was dressed up to the nines, wearing suits and ties and dresses and everything. And, yeah. So it's the real one that you want to pay attention to. Out of all the times that Ash has been live in the last year, this is probably the one that you should watch, I guess, to find out what's going on or how he's framing what's going on and why founders still believe in him. It's because of these lies that he's telling them. Done deal in which year? Right? 2072. But yeah, if in future we need to do a recap on what Ash said, who knows? Maybe we will read through all 50 points of this. But we just watched it yesterday. I think we all remember. Then there was this post here. And I'm sorry, I don't remember where this comment was from. But it's a comment that kind of sums up how the normie founders are taking the news in from yesterday, if you will. And it comes from Kumari Karan. And it says, how much one founder invested in this company? Do you even don't know? Why are you people spreading this much of negativity? Are you a founder? I think you are not a founder. If time taking 7 years or 14 years will take, we founders don't bother. Understand. Do you know so many innocent people losing their lakhs of rupees in network marketing? So basically they're saying, do you not understand there's a lot of people that invested in this? Don't spread negativity. I don't think that you're an founder, and this could take 7 years or even 14 years. We don't care. By the way, don't you know that people lose money in network marketing? And I'm kind of over here like, is that what it is? You're like, well, I'm not constantly putting money into this thing, so at least it's better than the MLMs that take all my money. Like, what do you mean? This is network marketing. That's the thing. You're online marketing a product. Are you not? Is that not what you're doing? I mean, I guess not in this moment because you don't have a product. But like, come on, you know? And then he says, please focus on that issues. If possible, support them. Don't blame Ash, sir. Don't blame on passive company. So it's always don't blame Ash and don't blame the company. So I'm like, okay, then whose fault is it? Whose fault is it that Ash didn't register properly with the SEC then? Whose fault is it that Ash can't have control over his own employees? Whose fault is it that there was money laundering going on out of one of the offices? And whose fault is it that Ash had no clue, apparently? Whose fault is it that you don't have products right now? If it's not Ash, whose fault is it? Who's in charge of this thing then? Because you say he took back the company, but then you say, oh, but the things going wrong aren't on him. Can't be both. I'm just saying. Then we have good old Parvesh coming in here to let us know what's up. And he says, thank you, Mr. Ash, for always being honest and speaking from your heart. Your words are always clean, clear, and full of truth. You have shown us what it means to lead with integrity and honesty. And we deeply appreciate that. You are not just a leader, but someone who truly cares about people and always does what is right. In today's world, it is rare to find someone who is so open, genuine, and transparent. We're talking about the same Ash Mufareh. You have never tried to hide anything or pretend. Okay. You always tell us the truth, even when it's not easy. And that builds great trust. Because of your honesty, we feel safe, respected, and valued in this company. Your leadership is not just about business, it's about building people. Like, sorry, you were a grown adult when you joined this company. You don't need another man to build you. That's a bit weird, don't you think? I'm just saying. Scam Chan says, leading with integrity avoids paying bills, right? Right? But it's about building people, showing love, and lifting others up. You guide us with kindness, respect, and a strong moral foundation. I'm sorry, I know I broke character a bit while reading that part. Listen, I've done real good until now. That one can't escape my lips about Ash Mufareh. Like, it just, my body's like, no. And a moral foundation, really? That's like the opposite thing that I'd say, but okay. You know, like, come on. Your words and actions are full of meaning, and they touch our hearts. They're cold, dark, little black hearts. You inspire us to be better, to do better, and to lead better lives. And I'm still kind of like, wait, your better life is being on these webinars every day, all day long? Like, all right. Because of you, We feel proud to be part of this journey. This company is more than a workplace. I didn't realize it was a workplace, did you? It's a family, a movement, and a mission. You created a space where we all feel welcome and important. Your vision gives us purpose and direction, and we are so grateful to be part of it. So culty, right? You always lead by example. And I'm like, is that what's wrong here? It's like, if that's the case, that might explain why they're failing so much. Just say it. You show us that success is not just about money or power, but about making a difference and staying true to our values. You remind us that truth, love, and ethics are what matter most. That is a rare and beautiful quality in a leader. Serene says, radical chat GBT worship words. We want to thank you for everything you have done and continue to do. Your hard work. What work? Am I right? Like, yeah. Your passion and your heart have touched many lives. You have built something truly special, and we are honored to be a part of it. You are not only our leader, but also our teacher, our motivator, and our friend.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Every day, we learn from you. Every day, we grow because of your guidance. And every day, we feel more thankful to be a part of something so real and meaningful. You have given us hope, strength, and belief, not just in the company, but in ourselves. Thank you, Mr. Ash, for being a true light in this world. Thank you for your honesty, your love, and your leadership. We are forever grateful and excited for the future with you leading the way. With respect, appreciation, and heartfelt thanks. Hashtag on passive. Hashtag on passive ecosystem. Hashtag OMail. Hashtag ONet. Hashtag OTrib. Hashtag OConnect. Hashtag OTracker. Hashtag disruptive technology. Hashtag AI. Hashtag AI technology. Hashtag business with heart. Hashtag thanks to all. So, there's that. There's that. Scam Chan says, a broken clock is right twice a day. When is Ash ever right? Good question. Just good question. Jesus, I know, it's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. Sam says, so heartfelt. Ash is a digital clock. Hashtag, oh shit. That's right. That's right. But attached to this post was this picture. This picture right here. And the words, money thief. There's a comment. And this person here, Chit Chat with Willow, is the one that wrote the comment. And this is what the comment says, and it's kind of hard to read. I had to blow it up a lot. So bear with me. Here we go. They say, we are in this together, of course. And I am totally aware of who has our backs. But I cannot help but cry with disappointment. But I know we will recover. We do need clear, factual information to keep moving forward. We are all adults, so we can all take the truth. So it's like, yeah, I should probably tell it to you then, huh? Mr. Ash will do the right thing if we gather around him and lift him. Hold on. And lift him to the sky. Then this was posted up shortly after, and that post disappeared. And it's good old Mohammed Ashraf Ansari, and as you see, he shared it twice, but he says, and he's a moderator of this group that was posted in, and he comes in and says, don't publish people's names or photos. Ash didn't mention anyone's name. If he does, do it. So, like, it's nice to have their permission, I guess. If he doesn't, don't. So I thought that was quite interesting. Thank you, Retro, for the $1.57. I appreciate your support. It's the son of sky gods. Yeah. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. I'm not good with that tune at all. I am not able to sing today. Yesterday killed me in my singing voice, apparently. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. You know, I was kind of like, oh, wow. How fascinating. Because it's like, that's how they've interpreted what's happened here. Right? Is they've interpreted as those people have definitely ripped Ash off, stolen all of his money, and taken off. And then Ash comes on, tells them a bit about what's happening. Like, it was bound to happen. Someone was going to get upset about it, probably publicly. Of course. You know? So, like, what the heck? What the heck, you know? Love you too, Retro! But I like that. I was like, at least they're not letting it happen. You know, if this post wasn't posted, I'd be a little bit more upset about it. But, you know. And that is how they are actually taking what Ash said yesterday so far. You know, they're doing recaps. All of them are posting up the recap with the 50 points. But then, like, I don't know. They're translating it to Hindi, I believe it is. But it's like, everyone watched it. And that's not what I got out of it. And reading through it is quite crazy. I ended up reading those 50 points. That's the recap, like right after I was done my stream with you guys yesterday. And I literally sat there for a second afterwards, just like, did I even watch the same stream as this person? Or like any of these people, you know, like adding in these slides into the show, you know, last night, making them get the screenshots. And I'm like, did we watch the same fucking webinar yesterday and earlier today? You know, like, am I sure? Like, what is going on? It's so weird. And, you know, I was just about to go live. And then this here got posted. All right. And this is in On Passive Nation, posted by Manu Miller. And Manu comes in. And, you know, I feel like it pertains to the posts that I just showed you. And Manu comes in and says, attention! Please do not add any information beyond what was shared by our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh, during the recent corporate webinar. It is essential that we all remain aligned by focusing solely on what was officially communicated. The full recording is available across our YouTube channels, and we encourage everyone to listen to his exact words. We kindly ask that no extra interpretations, summaries, or unofficial details be circulated. Let's honor the message by sharing only what Mr. Mufareh has personally conveyed, which is kind of confusing apparently for a lot of people, you know? The webinar is the webinar? I'm sorry, I forgot how to read it for a second. The webinar is accessible in full. Please refer directly to it rather than relying on secondhand explanations. For clarity and consistency, remember, do not add to what was said by our CEO. His message stands complete as delivered. And then there's this picture that says core message, right? And so I'm like, okay, but like everyone has to try to interpret what Ash says after his damn 5.5 hour long corporate webinar thingies, okay? Everyone has to. Everyone afterwards is like, what did this man just say? Even us, like, what is going on? You know? Unbelievable, right? Chris says, nobody saw the same stream that we saw. Ash said he gave up and settled with the SEC. He has no offices, no employees, and no money. That's what I heard. I mean, that's what I thought we all heard. You know, but he was hoping that he could continue on with their blind faith and loyalty to do this movement anyway, somehow. I also did get that message, but not in the same way they did, apparently. It's so bizarre. Minu taking off yesterday the way she did was a slap in the face to the whole webinar. Yeah, Minu, who are you to talk now? What was that about? Violet says, so Red is not allowed to read between the lines. I guess not, you know? I really, really guess not. Which is funny because it's like, that's what they all kind of do. And even like today, Artie and Chris. So yesterday we were on a stream and this is what Ash conveyed to us. You know, it's like they all do it. And what about that 50-point recap? Like, do we just ignore that now? Like, what do you mean, Manu? Anyway, we're already flipping out about alleged misinformation being spread. We already have people posting up almost like mugshots of Nizal and Kamal and other people that were in power in this thing. You know, it's a mess. Everything is a mess here, damn it. And it's because, once again, Ash wasn't actually fully honest and transparent, didn't answer anyone's questions, and didn't really tell anyone what the fuck was going on. It was all dodgy, you know? And this is what happens when your CEO is like that. People have nothing else to do. I mean, all they have to do is guess what he was saying. You know, talk about what he said in the webinar yesterday. That's all they'll be doing the whole time for the next week. Until, if he does go live next Thursday, like he said he would, you know, that's how it's going to be from now on now. Every Thursday, if he goes live like he says, he'll go live, and then for the next several days, they'll be talking about how great he was when he was live. And then for a day or two before the live that he does that week, they'll be pumping up the next one, you know, like, and that will be the cycle that they'll get stuck in, and they'll be stuck in that loop. And it's almost like once they're stuck in that loop, it's really hard for them to get out of it. But that might be what this thing's going to look like going forward. I guess we'll have to see. Speaking of people returning, we were all very excited because this week somebody else returned that we have not seen in a little while. And that is our dear Sherry! Sherry Dershowitz returned. Sherry returned. I'm very excited. Are you guys excited? Sherry's back. Sherry's back. All right. As you can see, she's been going hard. She's been going hard. Right? But she wasn't around for a little while. Right? And so I thought we would take a little look and see what Sherry is posting about. Because she also streamed 22 hours ago. Right here. And it's called Your Security for Your Life.
Hello, everybody. Whoa. How is everybody doing today? Let me just share this out.
What happened to Sherry's hair? I mean, I guess it's all right. You look good, Sherry. I guess.
I don't know what's my voice. Anyway. How is everybody doing? Happy Thursday. It might be Friday, your neck of the woods. Can you believe how fast this week has gone? And the month is already the 10th of the month. Wow. So, this is the Share Show. Welcome to my show. If it's your first time here or you have not yet,
Share Show.
if you have not yet, excuse the sun. I've got to figure that out.
Oh my, Sherry, I have to be honest. You're looking a little bit rough. Sherry lady. Sorry. I promise one day I might stop singing, but I kind of have this thing where if you write me song lyrics and I know the tune, I will have to read them while singing them. It's just how it goes. You know? It's just how it goes. Are we sure Sherry didn't pass away? It's AI Sherry instead. That's the dude from Silence of the Lambs. Oh my. Crispy cut. That's right. Not healthy. See, Serene's agreeing with me. She's like, looking a little rough, Sherry. Looking like Heath Ledger as the Joker, where he never touched up his makeup. Okay, now, well, listen, guys. Now you're just starting to get rude. Okay. All right. She's in a nice shirt. It looks like she bathed on this day. At least the room isn't a mess. I mean, it could be worse. She's not Shanny for Christ. I'll give her that. Or Foodie Beauty. So at least there's that. But yeah, she's looking a little bit rough. I have to be honest.
Anyway, welcome to my show. If it's your first time here, you have not yet, ring that bell down below and subscribe to my station. Give me that thumbs up. That way, if I share anything else, which I do share.
I love how she says thumbs up, but then she puts her thumb sideways. That's my favorite part. I love that. I love it so much. She's like, and then a thumbs up.
My show. If it's your first time here, you have not yet, ring that bell down below and subscribe to my station. Give me that thumbs up. That way, if I share anything else, which I do share other things besides my lives here, you will get notification and you will see right away.
Hi, Johnny.
So I wouldn't want you to miss out because I try to give value on my channel. So hey Pat, good to have you here. Praying for you, sister. So here's the first thing I gotta share with you. I got some sayings. I usually share 3 things with you, and here's the first one. This is from the great Jim Rohn. I like to bring it down to famous authors, gurus, books, entrepreneurs, or just everyday life hacks. So here's Jim Rohn. A couple quotes he said. So
let's go.
If you are not willing to risk the unusual, you may have to settle for the ordinary. Ooh, think about that. If you are not willing to risk the unusual, you'll have to settle for the ordinary. You know,
Sherry and Marty are the same way, in which, like, they're the ones that write this shit down. Okay, like, Sherry watched a video, I guess, where this stuff was being spoken about by this dude, right? And she made notes of these quotes to then come and share with us on the Share Show, you know? But then as she's reading it, and it's like, just like Marty does with his documents, she'll like react to what is being said. And I'm like, but Sherry, and here's the thing, Marty, he might not actually read the shit before he shares it with us, because I do think he just uses ChatGPT and then copies and pastes it and then goes and hits record and goes with it. But it's like Sherry actually sits down and writes this on a piece of paper with a pen. Right? Sherry's old school. I'm kind of like that too. If I'm taking notes like that, I have to do it like and hold the paper. Like I'm a little old school with that. Sherry's the same way as me with that. So she'll watch something, she'll write it on a piece of paper, and then she'll come live, probably within 24 hours of writing it down, you know? Like, when did she do this? This morning or the day before, you know? And then she'll read it to us and then react to what she wrote down as if she's never ever seen it before, has no clue what it says. She'll be like, oh my God, wow, the guys, what I just read was amazing. And I love it. It's so happy. Don't you wish that you could be that excited about everything in life, though? I mean, it's kind of endearing.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to settle for the ordinary. Go out of your box comfort zone and
you tell them, Sherry.
Take a leap of faith. Take the risk.
Yeah.
And move forward. Here's another thing he says. Excuse my voice. Your life doesn't get better by the chance. It gets better by change. Ooh, think about that one too. A lot of times we're just going through our day and we haven't really changed anything about it. We want change, but we don't really change anything about it. That'd be like make it a plan, make it a plan. I call it make a plan, do, and review. So you make a plan, you do it, and you review it. So you've got to make a change in your life. So maybe you want to get up 10 minutes earlier because you want to meditate. I'm just putting that out there. You want to say prayers or whatever it is. So you got to make that change and just do it. So on that note, I want to leave you with what I want to talk about now. In the description what did I put? Your security for your life. Feel the ease. Your security for your life. Feel the ease. What do I mean by that? Well, I came across something that's going to help you feel secure and have your life more ease. And I like to share it with people because it's different than anything you've ever seen or heard of out there. This company is not like no other company you've ever seen of or heard in your lifetime.
I mean, it's not.
The CEO of this company, my brother, Mr. Ash Mufareh, he wants to give you, people around the world, the lift up. He wants to correct the corruption and help humanity. And he knew he couldn't do it by himself. He's a guru in marketing and technology. So he's created this company to help you to get the lift.
Guru!
So to me, that's amazing because no other company's looking out for you, right? You have to look out for yourself. This company will make a big humanitarian change. And like I said, he didn't do it by himself. He wants help, and we are here to help him. So what's so cool about is we're an AI company driven with technology. And we are going to have other things available as well. This is just part A of this business. And part B will be actual tangible products that are going to be life change along with the AI products and technologies that we have here that are going to make your life and your family's life a lot easier.
Sherry.
This company was built also so that you can...
You don't have any technology. Stop saying this. Mufareh. Yeah, she always says his name wrong. Or weird. Correction to the erection. That's right. Alb says, I definitely have not seen or heard of a company that hasn't had a product for 7 years and refuses to say when they will. And every time they have said they Will has passed with nothing. It's true. It's true. I mean, when they say that they're unique, I'm like, I mean, that's true. It's the loneliest philosopher. Poor Sherry.
You can have more time and finances at the same time. Not saying you're going to be rich overnight. I'm saying this company is going to do it for you. That is AI, right? AI is using so many.
It's kind of weird to be like, it'll fix your finances, but I'm not going to say that you're getting rich. Because for some people, like, that's what that means. Just say, especially with some online business, you know?
Different things. And I just want to let you know that the CEO of this company, my brother, has gone through, and his wife and family has gone through so much, because this is different than any other company, and we're worldwide. So we're worldwide. So I have to tell you about that. And he wants, his dream, like I said, is to fill your dreams and to help humanity around the world. To me, that is so incredible.
No, Sherry, that's just what he's telling you. So that he can do what he wants to do with your money. And he really likes getting praised and having people, lots of people, give him just loyalty and run around the internet sticking up for him and stuff. He's a weirdo. Her hairstyle just clicked on randomize and walked away. You guys are so rude.
We have the tools to make your life easier.
You don't.
Get back your time. In here, we have the tools that are going to help you.
Terry, get with that finger, please. That thing's a weapon.
Have more time, and you will make finances at the same time. Like I said, you won't be rich overnight. And like I said, we're going to have other tangible products as well. So,
oh my goodness,
I love this company because it's brought so many people together already. And it's going to bring...
How come when you say this, you put your hands in a motion like you want to strangle somebody, Sherry? Why?
A gazillion more people together. The CEO of the company knew they could, like I said, couldn't do it by himself. So that's why he set out to do this. And he knew he couldn't do it by himself. And so he knows that when you have more time on your hands and have more finances at the same time, you're apt to share more. You're apt to share more of your time. You're apt to share more of your finances. And just make your life better. Make other people's lives better around the world. I'm not just saying because it's in the U.S. I'm talking about around the world. We're doing it different here. We are very soon you're going to see what we're all about. But until then, go ahead and leave me your email. I put my email down below and give me your...
Don't you feel silly saying that, though? Like, doesn't it feel kind of silly to be like, listen, I am launching with this company, and guys, it's going to be amazing. It'll help your finances. It's going to save humanity. Not really sure what we'll be doing yet, but you'll know soon. Like, does that not sound insane when you're saying it?
Your email. Then when it's go time, I'd love to share more with you at that time. But until then, I just want to let you know that we have your back, that we are your security for your life.
Oh my.
For your life and you and your families and for the world. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
we are
what
AI with heart. Our CEO of the company and his wife. Yes, there truly is people out there. Our CEO of this company, Mr. Ash Mufareh, his lovely wife and family, who really are looking out for not just me and not just you, but for the world. To me, that is phenomenal.
Julie and Sherry do have the same hairdresser. Also, when Sherry returned, she actually did a live with Julie for a return, and I was thinking that maybe next week it might be a nice little fun reaction that we can do. You know, maybe we'll react to it. That was her real return. And it is kind of funny because for a lot of people, we hadn't seen Sherry in a while. And then the first time we saw her, she was on a live stream with Julie, and then they both had the same haircut. And you were like, wait a minute, what just happened? How come she's merging into Julie? She's becoming her. His wife, Ash Mufareh and his wife Imagine how Sherry can brainwash those vulnerable seniors if she has a few on offline. That's the problem, isn't it? Ash can say anything at this point and it won't make sense. Very true. He does it quite often, doesn't he? Go time equals when you're ready to hit the pipe. I think it should mean when you're ready to leave the scam. Sherry has tried brainwashing the orderlies at her institution. They just give her more meds. You know, they locked her up the last time. That's where she actually went.
So, and the last thing I want to share with you, because I don't want to keep my video.
That was a joke for people that maybe are like, oh my God, that's awful. No, that was a joke. I'm sorry.
It was long. The last thing I want to share with you, if you heard it before, that's okay. I really feel the need to share this because when you're passionate about something, like I'm passionate about all the things I've shared on here, okay?
Okay.
When you're passionate about something.
That was weird, Sherry. You became a different person for a second. Why?
Are looking out for not just me and not just you, but for the world. To me, that is phenomenal. So, and the last thing I want to share with you, because I don't want to keep my videos long. The last thing I want to share with you, if you heard it before, that's okay. I really feel the need to share this because when you're passionate about something, like I'm passionate about all the things I've shared on here, okay?
Why did you sound so weird when you said that, okay? It was like you turned into a freaking alien for a second. I don't know what it was. It was like a completely different person for a split second. And when you're feeling really passionate about something, and I am really passionate about this, okay? Like, what? What just happened? Sherry, where did you go? Hello, Mr. Level. Good to see you. Happy weekend. I hope you're having a wonderful day. You joke, but raccoon eyes were typical of the bruising pattern following an ice pick lobotomy through the tear ducts. Oh my. You think that's what happened to Sherry and that's why she's still stuck in El Paso? It would explain a lot, wouldn't it?
But when you're passionate about something, you don't let anybody tell you differently. You don't let anybody tell you differently. You don't let anybody stop you. You got to keep striving for the positive. So I want to say, I want you to know that you're important and you matter here on this world, in this earth. So though,
why do I want to be like, oh, thanks, Sherry, you really mattered too, and then just pat her on the head when she says that to me? I don't know why, but it just sounds so weird for her to be like, you matter on this earth. It's like when somebody high on the street comes up to you and says, you know, the bar lets out, you're leaving, you're not all that drunk. Somebody comes up, throws their arm around you. Hey, man, you know that you really matter, man. On this earth, yeah, you matter to me. You're my best friend. I love you so much. And you're like, all right, buddy, thanks. You can catch a cab now or an Uber. Please get off of me. You know, like, just me. Am I the only one that's had that situation before? That's the vibe she gives me when she's like, you matter. And she's looking all disheveled and you're like, come on.
Those people, I call them those people, maybe you've heard me before, but those people who said, you're no good, your idea stinks, you'll never be successful, you'll never move up in a company, you'll never...
Sherry, who hurt you?
Never succeed in anything, your artwork is stupid, your poems are stupid, your hair is ugly, all those things that they said to you.
Your poems are stupid, oh my. This gets so, like, specific, oddly specific. Sherry? And you're like, I don't know, I always get the impression, like, people have actually said these things to Sherry. And that's awful. I'm so sorry that people are mean to you, Sherry. You deserve better than that.
Please do me this favor, more for yourself than for me, okay? That is, let it go in one ear and out the other, because that's negative stuff, right?
Do it for her.
And you start believing what they're saying. Plus, negative stuff brings in negative and bad health.
no.
need you here. You're a miracle. Your ideas, your passion will drive you. So those people who tell you that, please let go in one ear and out the other.
And my whole thing is, okay, that's fine. Your passion will drive you. You're right. Yes. But like, what is there to be passionate about in on passive? Like AI, technology, none is being made. So if you were passionate about these things, you would probably be really frustrated being in on passive because these things never come into fruition. You're constantly just told that these products are coming, don't worry. And then you're sitting there and there is no tech, there's just some OES to log into. This is not the company to be in if your passion is AI or technology. They have no AI. Al is an illusion. So it's like, what? Why would you waste your time here? Go be passionate doing what you're actually passionate about, not in a scam or a cult. On passive will not make your art good. Exactly. It's like, what the heck are we talking about, Sherry? Sherry Pie, it's so extraordinarily hyper. She is, and I feel like she really gives it her all at the end when she gets into the don't let people say these things to you. That's when you really see her passion, She should be a motivational speaker.
You're important and you matter. Keep striving forward, one little itty bit at a time. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Or you can take 2 baby steps and make a little leap. Because each step leads to a bigger step, which leads to a big leap. And in that leap, you find your passion and your success is really also meant for everybody, a lot of other people in this world.
Oh, my.
So that's all I have for you folks. If you're Global Proud Brand Ambassador and you did not get a chance to be able to see to watch CEO of this company, my brother, Mr. Ash Mufareh, and you want to definitely go back and check it out. I'm sure Red Redford and all the rest will do recaps on it, but watching it live is good. But if you couldn't make it, that's okay. They'll be.
Now, Sherry, did you know that you were supposed to be playing it live on your channel? That's right. Some people that clicked on the link got brought to your channel. And that kind of made me laugh because I was like, I don't think Sherry knows that she's supposed to be streaming Ash live. I don't know if she knows how to do that.
A recording of it, go back and check it out. I'm going to go check it out myself as well because I like to listen to things 2-3 times because maybe I caught something one time and didn't catch it the next time, or maybe there's something in there that
works, Sherry. Very good. Chris says, you've heard of starving artists? Those are founders. You can paint. Well, don't worry, Sherry. At least you're motivating Sam. So there's that.
That I didn't quite grasp. So it's always you just like when you learn something, sometimes take 2-3 times or whatever. So, and then you finally grasp it. For me, it's like a gazillion times.
So it's like, I watched the 5.5 hour long webinar they did yesterday 3 or 4 times in order to grasp what's being said. It's like, that's what they expect people to do. So every day this week, you're supposed to just watch that webinar, I guess. That's your assignment for the week, your homework. Don't look her in the eyes.
A zillion times. I'm just being silly here, but really, my brother used to just hurt me because he could literally read a book and tell you everything about it. Always got A's, and I'm the opposite. So you see, we all make the world go round, no matter what our talents are, no matter if one's smarter or not. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter if
what matters is sharing your passion, and my passion is everything I shared here, and that you are important and you matter. That's all I have for you. Don't forget to go back and watch the replay. Very important.
That's right. She's even passionate about you. Watch the replay.
Very exciting, very truthful, and all the above. So exciting for you. If you're Global Proud Brand Ambassador, go back and listen to it. It's very important. So that's all I have for you folks. If you're Global Proud Brand Ambassadors, I'm going to see you. That's tomorrow. I might not be on here tomorrow. It depends if I get back on time. I will be here Saturday. I thought I wasn't going to be here Saturday, but something got switched, so I will be here Saturday. Can't get rid of me. But maybe Sunday you might not see me because I'm going to be celebrating my younger daughter's birthday finally. Her birthday was April 1st. We're finally getting together. So that's all I have, you folks.
Oh, that's good. I hope Sherry does get out and she gets to spend some time with her family and celebrate her daughter's birthday. I really wish her daughters would help her see the light and get out of this thing, but we don't know. For all we know, they're trying. You know, we can't be judging that. But I hope that Cherry has a lovely time with her family. It'll be good for her. And I am glad that she has not cut off contact with them. Now, again, I don't know if they joined. Maybe they joined just to please her. I don't know. I don't know the situation. The good news is Sherry doesn't really dump all of her family stuff on us, believe it or not. She doesn't do what Marty DeGarmo does and tell us all of her family's stuff, you know? And she hasn't really mentioned if her kids are in on passive as far as I can remember. Please do correct me if you remember her saying so or not. But I don't really remember that off the back of my mind right now. Like, I don't remember her ever saying that. But she does have a couple daughters, and, you know, she's spending time with her youngest one. So I'm kind of, like, happy. I'm happy for her. I hope she has a lovely time. That sounds like great fun. Way better than church, which is what I thought she was going to say she was doing. I thought those were glasses the whole time. Oh my. It's nice that she gets time out of the home. The home, yes. Oh my. I feel so sorry. Poor her, right? Let's get her to 100,000 subscribers. I think that out of everyone, Cherry is so lovely compared to a lot of the other owners that do get lots of, like, views and subscribers. And I'm just like, why does Sherry always get the shit end of the stick, you know? She's awesome. And we all matter to her in this world.
Care, take charge. God bless him. Global Crowd Brand Ambassador. I'll see you at the next level up top.
She really does have to stop pointing her damn fingers at me, though. All right, Sherry, stop. Careful with those things. Poke an eye out.
Ears will pop, our brains will pop, and our hearts will pop, because that's how my brother, Mr. Ash Mufare's lovely wife and family and the amazing dream team, because the better the team, the better the dream.
Oh, Lord.
That was a quote from CEO Ash Mufareh.
Jeez, no, it wasn't. No, he did not invent that quote. I don't know who did right now off the top of my head. I'm sorry, I'm tired, but he didn't come up with that, okay? Lord, Sherry. Also, she always says where our ears will pop and our brains will pop. Once again, that doesn't sound pleasant or like something that I should hope happens to me. Like, I don't know anyone that's like, I really hope that today my brain pops. That would make today an awesome day. It would be a great FriYAY if, you know, my brain just went and popped. Like, it just doesn't sound pleasant. Just like when they say, on passive goes boom. And it sounds like it's going to explode. You know, like, that's basically what you're saying when you say my brain pops. I don't like that idea. I very much like my brain, and I need it to live. So, if you don't mind, I'd prefer not. Thank you.
They have done so much for us. They've given it to us all. With their heart, their knowledge, their entrepreneurship, everyday life hacks, their sacrifices that they have given to not only me and you, but everybody around the world is going to shake this world up to make it more loving, more peaceful.
Now let's all hold hands and sing Kumbaya.
And more equal, peaceful, loving, and equal. Got that? And so I'm going to leave you with this. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my station. Ring that bell. Please share this out. I've got.
Chris says dream team, as in at the end of this, we'll find out on passive was all a dream. Yes, just like in Alice in Wonderland. That would make my life. I would love that. That would be hilarious to me. I'm just saying.
How to save somebody's life, and I've got to share this information with somebody who doesn't know, who needs help in any which way. First thing I share, the second thing I share, the third thing, or all three.
What?
Please share this out. thank you so much from the very bottom of my heart. Like I said, if I'm not here tomorrow, then I'll definitely be here Saturday. Take care, take charge, God bless. I love you all to pieces, and live more,
Love you,
less,
Sherry.
dream bigger, and help more. Love you guys. Bye.
Hurt her eyebrows. Oh, Sherry, it's good to have you back. I'm glad that you're back, Sherry. Welcome back. Just like we welcome Bill Musk back. I'm glad that you're here with us. I wish that you would have left on passive, though. That would have been a better ending to this story, but hey, can't always get what we want, I guess. I love her and her My Station. So does the chat, see? Station! My Station! She's so cool. But My Station! That's right. And then Johnny's like, give her some meds. But that is Sherry. She is back. That makes me happy. I'm very glad that she's going live again every day, you know. But, you know, she also does kiss Ash's ass a lot. And, yeah, she hasn't gone live yet today so far. So I guess I hope she's doing all right. I guess we'll just have to see how she is in future. And speaking of kissing Ash, it is time to see who's doing just that. I actually almost forgot that we were going to do this one. So did I. I'm sorry. Anyway, who is kissing his Ash this week? You may be asking yourselves. And the answer is everyone, surely, especially during yesterday's webinar. But there's a couple, mentions that I want to do. Some people that deserve to be called out, basically. Before the stream yesterday, all right, so traveling back in time still, Sherry's live we just watched was before yesterday's Ash webinar, and this that we're talking about now is also before the webinar. There was this setup. This setup where a bunch of people, I guess, were going to gather together to watch the webinar. Don't know why they have a stage, but they have a projector screen, it looks like, that they'll be watching it on. I'm assuming that's what that black screen is there. Looks like cardboard, though. But anyway, they were showing this, and as you can see on the wall there, there's on passive, we're in it to win it. Welcome to all founders and affiliates for On Passive Live Webinar 2025, April 10th, 2025. This is technically their first corporate webinar of the year. You know, the last couple times that Ash has gone live with Marty and Chris, he was like doing one of those pop-up surprise lives, even though they knew in advance he was going to be on there kind of thing. That doesn't really count to the O founders as real news. Let's just him come and hang out with them and give them a quick update. But then when they do this and they have these, what they call corporate webinars, right? That's when they all dress in suits and they take this stuff very, very seriously. And so they were going to have a viewing session. And again, it's this old-ass picture of Ash. All right? That's an old picture. Update that, would you? But it's like a lot of work goes into setting some of this up. Like there's balloons and streamers. I don't know if those are there all the time or not, though, to be fair. But it's still kind of like, that's still a lot. Like you made that plastic poster. You set up this projection. You've arranged for a bunch of people to come together in a room to watch this. There's some work that goes into this. And I feel like when they do this, it's all to show Ash, like, look at us. We're the most loyal. We're the best ones. And again, we kiss your ass the most. There's also this post posted this week, which was a little bit much right before the announcement that there would be a webinar. So I was like, why are you sucking up to everyone? But it says, all members are great game changers, or Changars, in on passive. The arm there, muscle. And then it says, Lee run and run in the world. And I thought, yes, run. Definitely run. Far away from On Passive and Ash Mufareh. Run, Forrest, run, you know? Just run. Liminal space. Remember that they had to pay for all this out of their own pocket. That as well. I'm sure it costs money to make that poster board, right? I mean, look at it. It's huge. That probably costs money. Then if they did have to pay for decorations, right? And whatever projection thing this says, I don't know. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, you mean Chris dresses in a suit? Yes. Chris kind of does. He kind of does. And he kind of did. So run far away. Then, now this was a comment that I was actually under Comfort's post. But I felt like it was better to go over it here. Because it's a lot. It's a lot, all right? Nelson comes in and Nelson says, I'm even shedding tears as a grown man. We are too lucky. Thank you, God Almighty, for these endless blessings we are about to receive few weeks from now. And it's like, oh, a little heartbreaking, you know, but it's a lot. It's like, why are you crying as a grown man, damn it? That shouldn't be happening. All right? Pull yourself together. And then after you guys have seen what Ash came on and talked about, it's like, oh, Lord, you know, like, those are some wasted tears. Some wasted tears, I tell you. Stop this. Stop this right now. And of course, Comfort came on to respond and say, we're blessed. And he says, Amen, you know? Amen. They're blessed. So they seem to think, this guy in Comfort, good old Nelson in Comfort here, that some stuff is going to really be happening for them. They're going to receive endless blessings, starting in just a few weeks from now. I hope that she can comfort him when that does not happen. It will not be a few weeks from now, but sure. Amen. Amen! And that is it for this week's segment of... That's right. Kiss his Ash. We've seen a lot of Ash kissing. Like I said, especially with that webinar yesterday. That was a lot of Ash kissing. And, you know, just to kind of shake ourselves off a little bit. Remember Ash like this?
It's a lovely night on O Connect, and the same participant has my eye. Mr. Mufareh, I wanna be your co-founder, your old founder. I wanna be your co-founder, your old founder, your co-founder, Derek. Yeah, let's get together and change this world. Ash Mufareh, I wanna be your co-founder.
The only question I have is, why would Ash want to be an co-founder? He's already the CEO. So, you know, next time, just, you know, think about that. That's the only thing I have to say about that video. Also, it was mean of people to steal it and post it as their own. I'm just saying, it's a naysayer's not yours. Sam said to get that guy a tampon. Scam Chan said blessing upon blessing of nothing soon, right? Where's Marie when we need her? Don't go find Marie. Lord, she needs to go and take a nap. Marie needs to go take a nap. Anyways, guys, you have made it to the end. Almost. Almost. We have one more segment to get through. It is time for an unpassive poem. So get comfy, you know, get snuggled up, grab your blankie, right? And get ready for a lovely unpassive poem.
An unpassive poem.
On Passive being strong to last. Not like any company in the past. Ash has known what he's building from the start. We need to be patient and just do our part. While listening to Key on the Julie and Milo show, there's a few things he wanted us to know. With 6 sponsors leading his way, he's getting excited for the great launch day. The full story is really great to hear. Julie and Milo always bring it clear. Sharing love, laughter, and great cheer makes us all feel like family we love so dear. Remember, this one thing will always remain true. There's no one in this world that's more blessed and loved more than you. Curtis M. Davis.
And that is it for this week's episode of
An Unpassive Poem.
That is also it for this week's FriYAY with my Sayers of Nay. Thank you everyone for coming and hanging out with me today. I guess everything's still kind of up in the air with Unpassive, right? Still in the standstill. We're just waiting around. But at least we do have something to look forward to with it. I guess Ash will be live next Thursday. So stay tuned. I think this next week we're going to be posting up a cult deep dive for sure. I'm hoping to get done by the end of the week. There might be another deep dive being posted this next week about Jim Baker. So look forward to that. And I'm thinking that it will be fun to react to some Julie and Sherry and, talk about some other things. So I will see all of you on Monday for MLM Monday. I hope that all of you have a fabulous, amazing rest of your Friday night and that all of you have a fabulous, amazing weekend. Stay tuned to the community tab. Everything gets posted there. It's the best way to kind of keep up with what I'm doing, and there's some really good posts going up there right now, so make sure to check them out. I love all of your faces. Happy FriYAY, Sayers of Nay. Have a fabulous weekend, and like always, we're in it to win it. Mwah!
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellish, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. Get that the call?
Hey.
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or sighing, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly.
Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was screaming at Ash. And another Queen of Karma person. Asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them all morning long. It's not the answer you want, but call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
Alright, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune into
Gilch, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Happy Friday, Sayers of May. Have a great night and weekend.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh.
Stop going there.
Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.